Day in Dallas means one thing, a classic confrontation. In the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic, the 62nd installment pits the 5th-ranked UCLA Bruins, winners of their last 9 against the 20th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. The man who led the Bruins to their longest win streak since '73 is quarterback Cade McNown, who led the nation in passing. Bruin tailback Skip Hicks hails from Texas, and he's looking to make an impressive homecoming. He is the Pac-10's all-time touchdown leader. Meantime, A&M quarterback Brandon Stewart threw only 4 interceptions this season. He leads the Aggie offense that scored 35 points a game. And all Big 12 linebacker Dab Wynn led the Aggies wrecking crew in tackles for the 3rd straight season. It's the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic coming up right here on CBS. Hi again, everybody. Jim Nance. Happy New Year and welcome to the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl pregame show from our anchor desk in Miami, where the FedEx Orange Bowl between Tennessee and Nebraska gets underway tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm joined by my usual partners, Craig James and Lou Holtz. Happy New Year to you both. And we're joined by our CBS colleague, my colleague a year ago in the booth, man who will be calling the Orange Bowl tomorrow, former UCLA legend, Terry Donahue. Welcome.
Jim, it's nice to be back with you.
Great to have you here.
Good to be here. You know what? I'm glad that you're on this set. As many times you told me I was crazy and wrong, I'm really glad that you're here going to give us some true wisdom on this set.
Well, Craig, last night when you predicted Nebraska was going to beat Tennessee, first time in 2 years I've agreed with anything you've said.
Oh, man. I like it.
How about your Bruins? Let me ask you, this is a team where if you take the 22 starters, you recruited 19 of the 22 starters for the Bruins. What do you expect out of them today?
Well, I really think UCLA will dominate the game. I think the difference in the game will be Cade McNown. He has the highest passing efficiency rating of any quarterback ever to play in the league. That includes Troy Aikman, John Elway. I just think he'll be the difference.
Well, everybody in the country thinks the way you do as well, Terry, but it is critical that Texas A&M play an outstanding football game. They were embarrassed by Nebraska in the playoff game 54-15. In addition to that, they didn't go to a bowl game last year. They haven't beaten a top 10 team since 1989. And in addition to that, I think that's one of the reasons that the game is not sold out. The people are not supporting A&M. They don't believe in A&M, and it's critical that A&M play outstanding in this game.
The last good experience that Aggie fans had in the Cotton Bowl was 1988. They beat some Irish team led by Lou Holtz, rushed for 300 yards. So the Aggies aren't used to having great experiences in the Cotton Bowl. But I really feel like this is going to be a ball game where A&M's offensive line has got to be prepared for a lot of different adjustments from UCLA's defense. UCLA's defense forced 39 turnovers this year. There are a group of guys out there that fly to the football. They create a lot of havoc on offenses. Texas A&M's offensive line must be prepared, along with the running backs, to make adjustments.
I tell you, Lou, with friends like this, who needs enemies?
You can change a calendar, but you can't change people.
Hey, let me ask you something. The 2 coaches here, interesting story. Bob Toledo, your successor and former assistant, was at one time the offensive coordinator for R.C. Slocum at Texas A&M. And after, in fact, Lou Holtz beat him up a couple of times later in the Cotton Bowl, they let him go. Is there some bad blood going into this game between the 2 coaches?
I don't think so. I think R.C. and Bob have made amends since that game, but in football, you do forgive, you just never forget. And if UCLA gets an opportunity, I think they'll score an awful lot of points on Texas A&M today.
And I want to assure you one thing. If R.C. Slocum gets a chance to score a lot of points, he'll do that against Bob Toledo as well.
All right, let's take a look at some of the scores from some of the other bowl games. And Penn State playing against Florida, and the Gators, they are alternating the quarterbacks. 1 touchdown by Noah Brandeis on a keep. 14-0 first quarter over Paterno in Penn State. The Big East 0-3. This is their last chance to collect the win in the postseason, but North Carolina put up 16 in the first quarter. They blocked the punt. Dre Bly returned it for a touchdown, and Chris Keldorf threw for 155 yards and a score in just the first quarter alone. Outback up in Tampa, Wisconsin and Georgia, and more trouble for the Big Ten as Georgia's blitzing them. 26-0. Big game. 3 touchdowns by Robert Edwards, Craig.
He finished the year on a strong note. The last 5 games of the regular season, 125 yards a game on the ground, 9 touchdowns. When he's healthy, he's one of the top 3 or 4 running backs in college football. To go along with Mike Bobo, the Bulldogs offense, way too much for the Big Ten team.
103 yards overall rushing for Edwards. Here's what we know at this point right now. The SEC about to go to 3-0 in the postseason. They were 5-0 last year. That's pretty impressive. 8-0 over the course of the last 2 seasons. But with Wisconsin on its way to a loss, the Big Ten will be 1-3. And meanwhile, the Pac-10 is 4-0. What does this mean for Washington State, Michigan later today in the Rose Bowl?
Well,
Big Ten troubles, Pac-10 soaring. What do you think?
I think so. I think that Washington State has a psychological edge going into the Rose Bowl game. They come in as an underdog. They're going to come in loose. Michigan has a lot of pressure on themselves. They have a Heisman Trophy winner, national championship on the line. Michigan historically has not played real well in the Rose Bowl, so I think Washington State's going to beat them.
And I wouldn't be surprised if I were a Washington State football player earlier in the game. I know they don't talk a lot of smack out there, but I'd go up to somebody in Michigan and say, hey, don't worry about it. Big Ten just weak this year. We'll take care of you, pal. You're going to get beat good.
Well, I think that the Heisman will be a distraction for the University of Michigan, but they still have 6 great defensive backs. They have a great defense. They're used to winning, and they understand what the game's all about. They'll play awful well. Whether it's good enough, we'll find out.
All right, guys, we have UCLA, Texas A&M coming up next. We'll be here at halftime. Coming up again, the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. After this message, enjoy the game right here on CBS.
With a new year upon us, it's time to reflect on the past and look to the future. For 61 years, this trophy has been a representation of many of the most unforgettable athletes, moments, and images in college football history. When Dallas Oilman J. Curtis Sanford founded the first Cotton Bowl in 1937, he could have never foreseen the greatness that would come from his dream. Names like Jim Brown, Bear Bryant, and Troy Aikman have felt the impact of this game. The third oldest bowl game has seen everything from the outrageous, a player coming off the sidelines to make a tackle, to the incredible.
Montana dropping back. He looks toward the end zone. He throws it. It is incomplete. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
Bo Jackson is on his way. 20-yard line. He'll go in for a touchdown, Auburn. 73 yards for Bo Jackson and an Auburn touchdown.
Today, two teams meet in the 62nd Cotton Bowl to create new images, new heroes, new moments for the new year.
What's the weather say, Steve?
After an 0-2 start, the UCLA Bruins have won 9 straight, rallying behind the strong left arm of junior quarterback Cade McNown, along with tailback Skip Hicks, a Texas native who has a nose for the end zone. The Aggies from Texas A&M finished the year 9-3 in the Big 12 Conference, and there's no secret, they want to run the football. Tailback Sir Parker and Dante Hall share the load that's produced 34 rushing touchdowns this year. And on defense, they're led by Big 12 Player of the Year, Dat Wynn. It's Texas A&M and UCLA in the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. The 62nd Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic as the 5th-ranked UCLA Bruins, one of the hottest teams in the country, face 20th-ranked Texas A&M. And a perfect day on January 1st for college football. 53 degrees in the state of Texas, 10 to 20 mile-per-hour winds, and partly cloudy skies. Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dallas. I'm Gus Johnson along with Mike Mayock. And UCLA, they returned to the state of Texas where, according to them, their season actually began. After losing their first 2 games, they dismantled Texas 66-3 on September 13th, the first in this 9-game winning streak. And Mike, this team, UCLA, very explosive offensively, averaging 40 points per game, and they're led by their sensational quarterback and tailback.
Yeah, the reason this Bruin offense is so good is their balance. They can line up, knock you off the ball, and then give it to their All-American tailback, Skip Hicks. Week 1 against Washington State showcases his speed and ability to get to the outside. Goal line play, it's all blocked up inside. He bounces to the outside, beats a defensive back to the corner of the end zone. Then my favorite play, skip ahead to November against Stanford. Throwback screen. McNown, bad pass, one-handed grab, makes 2 people miss into the open field, you're not going to touch him. He's a special, special football player. Now, on the other hand, their quarterback, Cade McNown, led the nation in pass efficiency, 22 touchdown passes against only 5 interceptions. And Gus, with his left-handed delivery, with his great athletic ability, it may remind you of a young Steve Young.
As for Texas A&M, out of the Big 12 Conference, they finished 9-3. They love to run the football, 34 rushing touchdowns on the season, but they may have to deviate from what they're accustomed to doing today.
Man, you're getting good, Gus. They're a big physical team. They want to run the football, but against an aggressive 8-man rush, they're going to have to throw the football. 2 guys got to step it up. Brandon Stewart, the quarterback, Chris Cole, talented sophomore wide receiver. And what they're going to do today, let's take a look at our virtual playbook. Today's game plan, the key is motion. They're going to take Chris Cole, put him in the slot, give him an ability to run all the way across the field. That does 2 things. UCLA has to change their defense to react, and number 2, it gives Cole the best opportunity to beat man-to-man bump and run coverage. If it's not complete, then the quarterback Stewart's talented enough to tuck it and run.
So the UCLA Bruins out of the Pac-10, and here they come, 9-2, their longest winning streak in close to 25 years, and they're led by their head coach, Bob Toledo, in his second year, a former offensive coordinator at Texas A&M. And the Aggies from Texas A&M, playing in their 10th Cotton Bowl, their first since '95.
Well, today both teams have specific goals in mind. For Texas A&M, the underdog, they've got to win the turnover battle. And that means they're the number 3 team in the country, and they've got to keep that elevated today. And secondly, when they get the chance to score touchdowns, they've got to, especially in the red zone. They cannot settle for field goals. On the other hand, UCLA, well, they're favored today. They've got to run the football inside the tackles to negate A&M's great team speed on defense. And secondly, they cannot surrender big plays.
And for the ceremonial coin toss at the 62nd Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic, let's go down to the field.
It's UCLA. You win the toss. What do you want to do here? They're going to receive. Which goal are you going to kick from? They're going to kick from down here. Kick that way. Once you switch sides for me. All right. UCLA won the toss.
Texas A&M has won the toss. Correction, it is UCLA that has won the toss. And they have elected to receive to begin
And the third member of our team joining us on the sidelines today, Mike Harris.
Well, not only do the Aggies of Texas A&M have the UCLA Bruins on their mind, but they also have a former Aggie on their mind. Detroit Lions linebacker Reggie Brown, who was injured in their last game of the regular season against the Jets, is watching this game. His Aggie teammates know that, and they're wearing number 59, Brown's number 59, on their shoulder pads, close to their hearts, to let him know they're thinking about him. Also, A&M coach R.C. Slocum also wearing Reggie's number 59 on his head.
Okay, Mike, as the Bruins and Aggies are all set to meet for the 4th time. The last time they met in 1955, 21-0 for UCLA out in Los Angeles. And R.C. Slocum, the head coach at Texas A&M in his 9th year. Some interesting theater for this game. Bob Toledo, a former offensive coordinator for 5 seasons under R.C. Slocum, was fired after the 1993 season by Slocum after the Aggies lost their 3rd Cotton Bowl. And according to Toledo, this is a very important game for him, although Slocum has come out and admitted that he was wrong for firing Bob Toledo. Coach Toledo really wants his team to play well. He wants to win this game in a big fashion today, and he asked his squad last night to help him close this chapter of his life by going out and playing well this afternoon.
And I thought both coaches handled the situation with a lot of class. R.C. Slocum stepped up and said, yeah, I had made a mistake. A year after I made the move, I knew I made a mistake. And to Bob Toledo's credit, he has not asked his kids to go above and beyond anything other than to do their jobs and help him close out the chapter of his life.
At Texas A&M in '93, they set school records for points, averaged 400 yards per game and 36 points per game, but they couldn't win the Cotton Bowl, and that was the difference for Bob Toledo and his relationship with the Aggie program. So UCLA won the toss. They received the football. And here we go from the Cotton Bowl, the 62nd on CBS Sports, and Kyle Bryant sends it away. Short kick fielded at the goal line. And a big opening up to the 30-yard line. Good return for UCLA, a 32-yard return. And Jermaine Lewis gives the Bruins great field position to start this one. So onto the field for UCLA, Cade McNown, the junior left-hander from West Lynn, Oregon. Led the conference in passing efficiency this season, and he's the kind of kid that's got great feet, Mike. He can make things happen when a play breaks down.
You know, our counterpart, Terry Donahue at CBS, recruited him and said he reminded him a little bit of Doug Flutie, which is high praise.
First down and 10 from the 32, and on first down, Skip Hicks goes nowhere. Marcus Hurd, the nose guard, coming up and making the tackle. Defensively for UCLA, offensively rather for UCLA, Chad Overhauser, first-team All-American. He's already signed on to play in the Hula Bowl in his 5th year. He will be playing in the NFL next season. And Skip Hicks, a first-team All-America, along with Walendi, McElroy, Farmer, and Green. A loss of 2 on the last play. Second down at 12 from the 30. Hicks again, straight ahead over the 30-yard line, and he's gang tackled at the 32. Philip Myers, first contact for the Aggies. And for the Aggies from Texas A&M defensively, Brad Crowley, 5th-year senior, their vocal leader, also leads the D-line in tackles with Hurd and Rollins. And the linebackers, keep your eye on number 9, Daton Wynn, sensational player, only 5'11", but can go sideline to sideline. And Rich Cody, their big hitter, former walk-on at strong safety. Third down and 9 from the 33. Mike Grieve in motion. And McNown throw for the first time under pressure. And he goes down at the 20-yard line. Sean Horn, the quarterback, a junior from Jasper, Texas, came up and made the play.
And the wrecking crews got it going earlier. They stop run twice, and then they come with the corner blitz in the passing situation and get to Cade McNown.
So a big defensive stand on UCLA's first offensive possession, and Chris Saylor, who does the punting and the kicking for the Bruins, averaging 42 yards per punt on the season, standing at his own 7-yard line. And back deep for Texas A&M, Dante Hall. This one angled towards the sideline, short punt, out of bounds. Texas A&M, they get great field position to start this game. A 31-yard punt by Saylor.
And Ronald Patton, the reserve defensive back, almost got a piece of that, which forced the bad kick by Saylor.
And on the field for Texas A&M, Brandon Stewart, a junior from Stevensville, Texas, emerged as the starter after splitting duty the first 7 games with Randy McCown. And he's best known for transferring from Tennessee, where he competed with a guy by the name of Peyton Manning for the starting job. And we see who won out on that particular situation. First down and 10 from the 49. And the Aggies showing that power running game, going straight ahead. Ryan Wilmer with the tackle on Tiki Hardiman. Offensively for Texas A&M, they're great run blocking guys. Steve McKinney, first team All Big 12, number 72. And the backstand receivers, Tiki Hardiman, DeAndre Hardiman gets the start along with Dante Hall in the backfield. Hardiman at fullback, he's great running between the tackles. Second down and 7 from the 48-yard line. Inside again, Hardiman going straight ahead. And he gets inside the 45-yard line, make it the 44. Weldon Ford with the tackle. And for UCLA defensively, there's Ford, an undersized defensive lineman at only 243 pounds. He's got 6 sacks on the season. The linebackers, Brian Wilmer, he's really a tough, hard-nosed throwback linebacker, leads the team in tackles. And the safeties, Larry Atkins and Sean Williams, 2 of the best in the nation. Third down and 4 from the 45 to Texas A&M. Stewart short drop is complete at the 40-yard line. And that's what they want to do. Aaron Oliver with the reception, a gain of 7 yards as Javelin Guidry comes up and makes a hit.
Really like the play calling so far. Look, Guidry's off the line. Why not take it? It's 3rd and 5. Get to the yard marker, turn, and get upfield. Oliver is the son of Al Oliver, former baseball great for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's one of those real good, quick possession receivers that can't get vertical very well.
R.C. Slocum, 25th year on the staff at Texas A&M, 9th as the head coach. Originally hired in '73 by Emory Ballard. First down at 10 from the 38. Dante Hall slicing through the UCLA defensive line. Damon Smith there to chop him down, but Dante gaining 5 yards on the play.
And Gus, you highlighted Steve McKinney in your open. Watch 72 right here. That's the key block on this play in front of Dante Hall. Here comes the all Big 12 performer, gets the key block, and they turn it upfield for a good, solid 5-yard play. And that's exactly what A&M wants to establish right now, is the ability to run the football.
Second down and 5 for A&M out of the I formation. Leroy Hodge in motion. They hand it off to the first man through, and that is Tiki Hardiman. DeAndre is his name, but nobody calls him DeAndre. They call him Touchdown Tiki, and he's got 7 scores on the season.
I talked to some of the coaches, Gus, and you and I were talking to Alan Cannon, the SID, and we said, how did he get Tiki? And they said everybody calls him Tiki except his mom. To his mom, he's still DeAndre. I happen to think he's a key guy in this game today because they've got to run the football, and he's a tailback in a fullback's body.
First down at 10 from the 28. First offensive drive for A&M this afternoon. Dante Hall met in the backfield, and he may have been lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Dan Juan McGee, the outside linebacker, making the tackle.
Now, this is the situation A&M's not as good at. When they get in that 2nd or 3rd and long, they've got a little problem. They've got to step up and elevate their game here. You look for play action on 2nd and long, it's not a good situation. So they're now into a 3 wide receiver set for the first time.
Second down at 10 from the 28. 7th play of the drive for A&M. Chris Taylor in motion. Here's Stewart. Rolling, it's complete. Aaron Oliver with the tackle, but he goes down quickly. Marcus Anderson, a freshman from Long Beach, California, coming up and making the tackle, and Anderson getting a lot of playing time because of the knee injury to Javelin Guidry.
Oliver just works off into the outside. I thought Stewart had his deep guy, Chris Taylor, deep open on man-to-man coverage, but he made the decision to go short, and all that does now is create a 3rd and about 6. So the good news for A&M is they picked up about half of what they needed for a first down.
Brandon Stewart, really tough competitor out of Stevensville, Texas.
That motion again.
Third down and 5, splitting out of the pocket. Got it away, and it's complete at the 21-yard line. Chris Cole with the reception. Guidry making the tackle. And Cole is the guy, Mike, as you alluded to very early on. He's the guy that really has to come up and make some big plays today for the receiving corps for Texas A&M.
They're mostly a pedestrian core of receivers with the exception of the young sophomore. He's got breakaway speed and ability to make people miss once he catches the football.
So Kyle Bryant comes on to attempt a 38-yard field goal. He's 18 of 22 on the season, 7 of 8 from this distance. And it's wide.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts A&M. Had all the momentum, Gus, and you got to close the door in the red zone.
A&M coming up empty. UCLA with the ball on offense right after this.
CBS Sports presentation of the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic is sponsored by your friends at Southwestern Bell. The new Dodge, it's about change. And by Coors Light, it's frost brewed to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
UCLA taking over after Kyle Bryant misses a 38-yard field goal. Now in the 1954 Cotton Bowl, Alabama took on Rice, and Rice halfback Dickie Megal rushed for an all-time Cotton Bowl record of 265 yards. Megal was awarded a 95-yard touchdown run on the famous bench tackle play when Alabama's Tommy Lewis came off the bench to tackle Megal. Rice went on to win the game 28-6.
That's one of my favorite plays of all time, Gus. Can you imagine that? You're just some guy sitting on the end of the bench. You can't believe this guy's going 95, so you come off and make a great form tackle.
Bill Cowher almost did that this season with the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football.
That wouldn't surprise me. I played against him, and he's got that insane look in his eye.
First down and 10 from the 21 for Cade McDowell. Three-receiver package.
Shuffle.
And flags are on the play.
They were looking for the shuffle pass out of that set.
And a false start called against UCLA. Tom Robinson is your referee. And Cade McDowell from West Lynn, Oregon. He had his final choices down to Washington and UCLA. And an interesting story, Mike, on how he ended up at UCLA.
Yeah, the two best quarterbacks in that area were him and a young man named Heward, Brock Heward, and he decided to wait and see where Heward went, and whichever one of those two schools Heward went to, he was going to the other.
First down at 15, Skip Hicks breaking out, cuts it at the 30-yard line, got running room. Hicks makes another one miss, and he gets up over the 45 to the 47-yard line. Brandon Jennings, a sophomore from Houston, making the saving tackle.
This is exactly what UCLA wants to do. Great job up front. 78 Andy Meyer seals off, and then the break to the outside. This guy's a glider, a lot faster than he looks because he's so effortless. He runs a 4.45 40 at 6 feet, 233 pounds.
From Wichita Falls, Texas, so a homecoming for Skip Hicks. First down from the 47. McNown in trouble. Steps up in the pocket and gets down to the 47-yard line. Philip Myers with the tackle, but a 6-yard gain for McNown, who on the season has rushed for 217 yards. He's got great feet.
Yeah, they wanted to shovel pass right in here to Hicks, but watch Hicks understand that McNown can't get it to him and then make a block for him. No shovel pass? Okay, I'll go hit somebody. Good job inside by Cade McNown. He didn't want to take a chance of flipping the football and got positive yardage.
McNown, 6'1", 215, really nicely built for a quarterback. Second down at 4. Play action, McNown setting up in the pocket. To the sidelines, incomplete. Intended for Jim McElroy, but it was overthrown. Now coming up tomorrow night, number 2 against number 3, Nebraska and Tennessee. Peyton Manning, who's been struggling with some injuries prior to this game. And what do you think?
I think Tennessee's a better football team than most of the media around the country wants to give them credit for. I think Peyton Manning steps up his level of play, forgets about the knee, and has a big game. I'm not saying they're going to beat him, but I think it's going to be a good football game.
Third down and 4 from the 47 for UCLA. Second offensive drive of the game. McElroy in motion. McNown steps up, runs again, picks up the first down. And Dat Wynn, the terrific linebacker for A&M, making the tackle out of Rockport, Texas. Many people who are Southwest Conference fans compare Wynn to a guy that played for Grant Taft at Baylor and had a pretty good career in the NFL.
Mike Singletary. Now that's high praise indeed. The people around A&M also compare him to a guy named Ed Simonini that played in the 70s, was a third-round draft pick, and that's the guy whose tackling record Wynn's chasing right now.
Has an average 11 tackles per game in his career at A&M. And UCLA picking up the first down.
You know what, Gus? I watch a lot of tape, and this kid was not named the first, second, or third team All-American, even though he was a Butkus Award semifinalist. He's one of the most fun linebackers in the country to watch. He goes sideline to sideline. He's only 218 pounds, he will knock you out.
First down for the Bruins inside A&M territory at their 43. Hicks again over the right side, steps through the hole and gets inside the 40. Wynn on the bottom of that tackle as well.
Yeah, Wynn did a nice job fighting off the isolation block by the fullback Walendi and getting in on the tackle.
That win is 1975. His mom pregnant with him. They left Vietnam before the communists took over Saigon. The refugees in Arkansas before moving to Texas. Second down at 6 from the 39 to the sideline. Nice catch by Danny Farmer as he turns it upfield and gets inside the 30. Sean Horn with the tackle with a gain of 9 for the sophomore from Los Angeles.
Farmers, look at the cushion right here. That's way too much. He's got about a 10-yard cushion. Farmer recognizes it, just hitches up, and at that point, it's a first down. You've got to challenge him more than that. Even in his zone coverage, you've got to challenge a little bit more than that. 37 receptions on the season for Farmer, who last year became the first freshman to lead UCLA in receptions with 31. And his daddy, a former UCLA football player as well, scores. They toss it to the sideline. Skip Hicks, and that play strung out very nicely by Texas A&M. He won't pick up much. And the Pac-10 doing extremely well in bowl games this season. 4-0 yesterday on CBS. Arizona State defeated Iowa 17-7. But look at the other games. Washington crushing Michigan State 51-23 in the Aloha Bowl. Yeah, the Pac-10's looking good, as is the SEC. They're 2-0, but they still have 4 games left today and tomorrow. By the end of tomorrow night, we'll have a pretty good feel for who the best conferences in the country will.
Second down and 8 from the 28. McNown underneath Mike Grieve, the tight end with the catch. Down to the 10-yard line, inside the 10 at the 9. And Warwick Oldman made the tackle, but Mike Grieve, the big tight end, a junior from San Jose, gains 19.
And when you talk to offensive coordinator Alan Borges, he says their tight end right here is their best position. There's a throwback away from the screen, looks wide open, protects the football, and at 248 pounds can get down the field. Gus, they've got 4 tight ends they play, and they're all talented blockers and receivers.
Double tight ends in the game now. For UCLA, the pitch to Hicks, and Hicks stood up and strung out and ushered out of bounds. Jason Webster. Great play by him along with Rich Cody.
Wow. UCLA loaded it up to the wide side of the field. Went with their favorite play, the toss sweep, and A&M did a great job at the point of attack.
Lost back to the 14-yard line.
So the ball now at the 14-yard line. Second down, goal to goal. They lose 4 on the last play, out of the I formation. Play fake for McNown, trying to set up the screen. Picked off. That win with blockers. Pitches it, and here we go. Circus action already. Brandon Jennings down the sideline, got a block, touchdown A&M.
Well, that was incredibly good fortune for A&M because that win was blitzing on the play, was completely out of it.
An 86-yard return, and Texas A&M adds the extra point. R.C. Slocum and his Aggies coming to play, and that's a tradition here at Texas A&M.
Wait a minute, it's only 7 points.
That's all right.
What's up with that?
One of the great traditions, you kiss your girlfriend after they score.
Watch that win. He blitzes himself right out of the play, it looks like. Here he comes. He gets picked up. He looks like he's out of the play. He's just standing there, right? All of a sudden, look what I found. Let's go the other way. And with great presence, he said, I think we can get a little further if I dish this off to Brandon because he's quicker. Jennings turns into a running back, makes a great move down the field, and we've got a 7-0 ball game, Texas A&M.
Dat Wynn coming up with the interception, resulting in an 83-yard return for Brandon Jennings. The second longest return in Cotton Bowl history, and A&M, who are underdogs coming into this game against the 5th-ranked Bruins, lead at 7-0.
And I like what Dat just had to say there. What's up, Reggie? How you doing? Obviously in reference, Reggie Brown played at A&M, still has ties here. His girlfriend's on the basketball team, and he worked out here all summer. And from Gus and I, we'd like to wish the best to Reggie Brown.
Well, they kick it away. Jermaine Lewis at his own goal line, running straight ahead. And Lewis over the 20-yard line at the 24. Flags are on the play. A return of 23 yards. Ronald Patton with the tackle.
One of the big reasons for success this year,
holding against the Bruins.
One of the big reasons for success this year for both clubs is that they've had an ability to score the football offensively and take it away on defense. Look at UCLA, plus 1.82. That translated into plus 20 over an 11-game season. A&M, plus 1.5 turnovers per game, and that's how you win football games.
So UCLA hurting themselves as McNown comes back onto the field. Holding penalty. And instead of starting with the football over the 20-yard line, they started inside their own 15. First down from the 14-yard line for UCLA, trailing 7-0. Out of the eye. Skip Hicks trying to follow his block. But that play snuffed out pretty good by the A&M defense as they plugged up the hole. And Quentin Brown there to get a push. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, number 2 against number 3. Amon Green and the Nebraska Cornhuskers against Peyton Manning, the number 1 quarterback in the country, and his Tennessee Volunteers.
Just underscores once again why we need a playoff in college football. Who knows if UCLA is not the best team in the country today.
Second down and 8 from the 16. Play fake for McNown. To the sidelines, complete. Jim McElroy with the catch as he steps out of bounds. Gains 12 and a first down. Around the country scores.
The SEC, big win. Here's the ACC, North Carolina up over Tech. That's not a surprise at all. Penn State playing Florida pretty tough without their 2 best offensive players, Jervicius and Enos.
Cade McNown threw his 6th interception of the season on their last possession. First down and 10 from the 29. Leads the country in passing efficiency as Skip Hicks slides down at the line of scrimmage. Quentin Brown there to catch him. Now don't forget, click on to CBS Sports Line, where you'll find a wrap-up of today's game and news on all the College Bowl action. With the latest scores, stats, highlights, exclusive columns, and the latest breaking news in sports. Plus, check out the most in-depth Olympic site on the web. Get it on the action, cbs.sportsline.com. Second down and 10 from the 29. McNown again incomplete. McElroy, the intended receiver, once again, had to stretch out for that one, and he couldn't haul it in.
Not surprised to see UCLA running these intermediate type routes because A&M is playing a very basic defense. 5-man front, 2 linebackers, and their corners are laying way off. So if Cade McNown can get a little more accurate, they've got plenty of room to work underneath. And Gus, you remember when we spoke with Cade yesterday, one of the things he said is that watching tape of these guys, he realizes they'll probably have to go underneath more than he likes to just because they protect against the deep ball so well.
McNown, 3 of 6, 41 yards, third down and long.
Here they come.
Here comes the blitz. McNown steps up, delivers, incomplete. Brian Polly-Dixon, a freshman from Tucson, had the ball, had to adjust his route, but couldn't come up with the catch.
One-on-one coverage because of the blitz. Polly-Dixon, the true freshman, did a great job of turning Jason Webster all the way around. Here's Paulie Dixon. Look at Webster's hips. He's turned all the way to the field, and now he's got to come back to the sidelines. That's a catch that has to be made by the freshman Paulie Dixon. That would have been a first down.
Chris Saylor, his first punt, 30 yards. An All-American on some teams as both a punter and a kicker. And Dante Hall standing at the 35. Low line drive, returnable. Hall at the 35, reverses field. Flags on the play as he goes down at the 32-yard line. And Mike Grieve making the special teams tackle. A loss of 4 yards on the play, 35-yard punt for Chris Saylor.
And unfortunately for A&M, they're going to give up some field position. They've been winning that battle, but because of the block in the back here, they're going to lose 15.
An illegal block against the Aggies. But if you're R.C. Slocum right now, you have to like the pace of this game. UCLA, very explosive, Mike, averaging 40 points per game, but his defense has held them down in check so far.
And I go back to UCLA.
Turn 10 yards into the run.
I go back to UCLA not having played a game, Gus, since November 22nd. It's a long time. They had it going so well, 9 games in a row, scoring 50, 60 points a game. I believe no matter how well you practice, it's hard to get that back after a 6-week layoff.
2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Aggies up by 7. .247 remaining in the first quarter of play. A&M leading UCLA 7-0. On the 1989 Cotton Bowl, UCLA faced Arkansas. The Bruins were the first team to represent the Pac-10 Conference in the Cotton Bowl, and they were led by All-America Troy Aikman, the head coach of the Bruins. Guess who he was? He was our own Terry Donahue, and TD carried off the field, got the Gatorade shower. I don't think Sean McDonough will be doing that tomorrow night. Anyway, let's go downstairs to Mike Harris.
All right, Gus. Troy Aikman's here. He plays for another team that plays around here now. But what do you remember most about that game, Troy?
Well, you know, really, primarily it was a defensive battle. It was a battle of defenses. Offensively, we really didn't play that well. Had a great week, though. They did a nice job of putting on the events for the football team, and it was a good game in itself, and we were able to win.
You know, there's a lot of speculation swirling around your team right now. Who do you expect to see as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys next season?
I really don't know. Those are decisions that Mr. Jones will make, and then we'll try to get ready for 98.
All right, Troy, thanks very much. I'm sure he'd rather be playing football now than watching this game, even though it's UCLA.
All right, Mike. Mike really putting him on the spot there, asking him about coaching decisions on national television. All right, Mike.
Yeah, but Troy handled it pretty well, didn't he? Very politically inclined there. I don't know. I'm just going to play ball.
Exactly. Brandon Stewart's pass is knocked down by Jason.
You know what, though? I think he does care. You know, Troy Aikman's a competitor. He doesn't like not being in the playoffs. I think he cares who's going to coach him next year and whether or not they can get back to that level.
Second down and 10 from the 22 out of the I formation for the Aggies. Leading 7-0. Sir Parker in the game, a tailback. Spelling Dante Hall over the 25-yard line up to the 27. Larry Atkins with the tackle, the strong safety, but a 5-yard gain for Sir Parker. And when it comes to winning football games, Texas A&M under Coach Slocum winning one of the winningest teams in the 90s.
No question. They're up there with the biggies there. Nebraska, both Florida schools, Penn State and Tennessee. R.C. Slocum's got this program right where he wants it.
All-time winningest head coach in the history of the Aggie program. Third down and 5. Stewart under pressure, and he goes down. Damon Smith shot the gap, came up with the sack.
UCLA is one of the most aggressive 8-man fronts in the country with all kinds of stunning and twisting up front. Becomes very difficult to pick up some of their twists. Here comes Damon Smith, goes outside, comes back underneath. The block is missed by Samisi Haimuli, and a great job by Damon Smith with a sack.
So Shane Leckler averages 47 yards per punt in the send it away wobbly kick, and it deadens.
Get away.
And Eric Scott does get away from the football. 43-yard punt for Leckler, number 2 in the country, and average on the season behind Chad Kessler, and UCLA gets the ball back. UCLA on a 9-game winning streak, one of the longest in the country. Nebraska was 13, Michigan with 11.
There's some pretty good games lined up there, though. Look at Nebraska. They play tomorrow on CBS. We've got Michigan playing later today in the Rose Bowl. Good football games.
Bob Toledo a little frustrated with his offense so far. The pitch to Hicks at the 40-yard line, and he tiptoes out of bounds at the 43. Dat Wynn there to nudge him, but it's a gain of 6.
So if you're a fullback in the UCLA offense, you're probably just a glorified guard. Walendi, their fullback number 39, had 6 carries for the year, but I'll tell you one thing he does, he knocks down linebackers and he knocks down defensive ends, and that's why Skip Hicks got 7 yards on that play.
9 carries, 41 yards. There's Walendi for Skip Hicks. 2nd down and 4. Play fake. McNown under pressure again, and guess who got him? It's Dat Wynn coming up to wrap him up, but Warwick Holdman, the junior linebacker from Houston, also in on the play.
That's their favorite play here. Watch what happens off the corner. It's a bootleg play. There's the fake, and look at off the corner, number 43, Holdman, and then inside comes Wynn, and that's just a great job by defensive coordinator Mike Hankowitz. Right here off the edge, he beats the guard's block, number 74, Chad Sauter, on the bootleg, and that allows Wynn to clean it up.
Loss of 9, 3rd down and a long 13 for the Bruins out of the gun. McNown underneath, and it's caught. McElroy with the catch at the 50-yard line, a 1st down for UCLA.
Both linebackers blitz picked up beautifully by UCLA. That allowed plenty of time for Cade McNown to look for Jim McElroy. He runs off the defensive back Webster, who turns his hips, and now all McElroy has to do is come back, catch the football. 1st down, move the chains.
McElroy, a senior from Los Angeles, leads the team in receptions, came into this game with 42 on the season.
Look at the average, though, 21.5 yards per catch, one of the best in the country.
Picked up 17 there. 1st down from the 48. Skip Hicks between the tackles, spins down close to the 45. Warwick Holdman, 1st contact again. And Skip Hicks continuing to honk it on in there, and that's the end of the 1st quarter of play, with the Aggies leading the Bruins 7-0. We'll return to the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl right after this message and a word from your local station. Happy New Year, everybody, from the 62nd Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. I'm Gus Johnson along with Mike Mayock. And the UCLA fans trying to get behind their team. They trail 7-0.
And they're not real happy about this weather, even though for Texas it's not bad. You know, 53 degrees in Dallas on January 1st. All the skill position guys for UCLA last Saturday at practice were complaining. I thought it was a beautiful day, but they had the gloves on and the hats, the scarves.
And the time of possession, 9:03 in the favor of UCLA, but they are scoreless. 2nd down and 9 from the A&M 47. And it's incomplete, intended for McElroy, thrown behind him. And so far, Cade McNown has been a little bit off to begin this football game.
Gus, I agree with you. He's a little bit out of sync. I think McElroy's also dropped a couple balls that were tough catches, but Jimmy McElroy usually catches. I think this whole offense, timing-wise, is just a little bit out of sync. I would not be surprised to see one of their gadget plays come up pretty soon that Bob Toledo is so famous for. You know, double reverse, a halfback pass, something crazy sometime soon.
McNown, 4 of 9, 59 yards and 1 interception. 3rd down and long. Into the flats, and it's Hicks with the catch at the 40. Picks up the 1st down, dipped his head in there, and spins inside the 35-yard line. Gain of 13 in the 1st down for the Bruins. Sean Horn with the tackle.
2 of the guys we've highlighted all game, number 42 Skip Hicks and number 9 Dat Wynn, were highlighted out there in the open field. This time the battle went to Hicks. Here it is. It's just a swing pass. McNown does a good job looking people off, and now look, it's a one-on-one tackle, open field, advantage Skip Hicks. You could see number 9 blow right by him.
Hicks, one of the leading receivers on this team, came into the game with 19 catches on the year.
Got great hands.
First down from the 34. Play fake again. The pocket breaks down, and McNown somehow got out of there.
Catch the ball.
And it's incomplete, intended for Danny Farmer. And McNown really frustrated. Great individual effort by him, but Farmer just couldn't hang on.
You know, Dat Nguyen had a chance to make a play here on the blitz, but what it does is it really showcases the strength of Cade McNown. Here he comes. Look at the intensity. He's got a shot to make a play. He misses it. Look how strong at 6'1", 215. He gets away from the tackle, has a chance to make a play. Danny Farmer's got to catch that football. Great job by the quarterback. There's the fake. Gets away from Nguyen, steps up into the pocket, delivers the football. Danny, tough catch, but you got to catch the ball.
Second down and long from the 34. McNown audibling at the line of scrimmage.
Nobody in the hole.
Trying to set up the screen. Breaks down. Hicks. Dangerous play by McNown. As Texas A&M really smelled that one out.
You know what, Gus? If I'm UCLA, I might not run any more screen passes. What do you think?
Zarek Rollins standing right on the play. The 5th dropped pass of the afternoon for the Bruins so far.
I mean, they've run 2 screen passes. The first one gets intercepted for a touchdown after Dat Nguyen intercepts it and flips it to Brandon Jennings. The second one almost gets intercepted. I think they can throw the football vertically down the field in that 10 to 18-yard range. I really believe that.
Ninth play of the drive, 3rd down and 10. On the 34.
Here they come.
McNown standing strong in the pocket, going into the end zone. Incomplete. And a flag is on the play. Ball intended for the freshman, Polly Dixon. And a holding call against UCLA.
Max protection by UCLA. They kept the backs in that time, the tight end. There was no free safety in the hole. They had a chance to make a play. McNown overthrew the football, and they compounded it with a holding penalty. Take them back. He's saying we're playing a field position game, guys. I'll give him the down. Let's take them back.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
Some people might say, why not force them to kick a long field goal? But the reason is Chris Saylor, who's their field goal kicker, has got a long of 56 yards this year. He's got a great leg. You want to push him back beyond field goal distance.
3rd penalty of the game for Bob Toledo's squad. They average 75 yards in penalty per contest.
And now they've pushed him back. They've got 3rd and about a cab ride for a 1st down.
29 long yards to go from their own 48. McNown rolling, looking backside. Trying to hit the home run. Farmer, incomplete. He's overthrown.
Boy, he bought himself a lot of time that time. Let Farmer work all the way back to the far corner of the end zone. But Gus, once again, they're just out of sync offensively, and we got to give A&M some credit. Defensively, flying to the football, not giving up anything easily.
So a good scheme by defensive coordinator Mike Hankowitz for Texas A&M. And Dante Hall standing at his 15-yard line. Saylor sending it away at the 33. 3rd punt of the game for Saylor. This one high, wobbly kick, fair catch signal by Dante Hall. And Texas A&M starts on their own 15, 36-yard punt. 13:51 to go in the 2nd quarter play. Surprise, surprise, A&M on top. 13:51 to go in the 2nd quarter. Aggies lead at 7-0. In the 1941 Cotton Bowl, Fordham took on Texas A&M, and this marked the Classic's first sellout crowd and Texas A&M's first appearance in the Cotton Bowl. Trailing 6-0, A&M quarterback Marion Pugh threw a 62-yard touchdown to Earl Alabama Smith to put Texas A&M back in the game. They went on to beat Fordham 13-12.
Fordham.
And that's the core. Texas A&M with one of the best ROTC programs in the country.
Well, what was Fordham doing in the Cotton Bowl?
I'll get off of Fordham. They're all right. First down and 10 from the 16 for A&M. Sir Parker bouncing it outside. Got a blocker around the corner. Parker at the 30. Put his head down over the 35. Up to the 37. Javelin Guidry, the quarterback, with the tackle. But Sir Parker, a gain of 21.
One of the concerns from UCLA was whether their rover, Wazwa Serwanga, could stay in there against a tough block. Now look at 72 right out here. McKinney gets the block on Serwanga. He can't stay up. He loses contain. What happens? Sir Parker takes it to the outside, and it's a big play. It gets him out from the shadow of their own goal line, and that's a great job by McKinney on Serwanga.
Texas A&M two-headed monster at tailback, Dante Hall and Sir Parker. Parker has rushed for close to 900 yards on the season. From the 37, Tiki Hardiman pounding straight ahead over the 45 up to the 47. That's a gain of 8. Serwanga with the tackle. And once again tomorrow, the Federal Express Orange Bowl on CBS Sports begins tomorrow night at 8 Eastern Time. And depending on what happens today, it could be a matchup for the national championship if Michigan loses to Washington State.
A lot of people think Nebraska is the best team in the country, Gus.
Second down and 1 from the 46. Inside Hardiman again, and he gets dumped at the 49-yard line.
Got a good mark, though. It should be a first down.
Ramogi Huma, junior linebacker from Covina, California, with the tackle. And Hardiman so far 5 carries for 22 yards. Inserted in the starting lineup today. First down from the 49 for A&M. Sir Parker skipping through the hole, and he goes backwards. Sean Williams, great play, the strong safety to knock him backwards. And Texas A&M 4-5 in Cotton Bowl. Take a look at some of the games. Notre Dame, they played them 3 times.
See, the 92 and 93 games are the ones that cost Bob Toledo his job here as the offensive coordinator. They went 2 years in a row without scoring a touchdown, and I think that's really what pushed RC over the edge.
Second down and 8. UCLA showing blitz. Inside handoff. Parker with a running rule, but look at the pursuit by this UCLA defense. They just gang tackled him, led by Williams once again. Another one of those great safeties. And yesterday, talking to the coaches, said that you won't find a better safety in the country, a strong safety, in Sean Williams.
They're talking about him like a Kenny Easley. Look how tight they are. Here's the strong safety here, but then from the right side, you're going to see the free safety, Sean Williams, jump in the hole. Here he comes right there. 32 makes the hit right at the line of scrimmage, and that's where UCLA jumps into their Chicago Bear 46 and gets both of those safeties up tight in the line of scrimmage.
A senior from Lakeview Terrace, California. Third down and 8 from the 48. Screen pass, and it's incomplete. And neither team being able to hit the screens today. Brandon Stewart looks like he just dumped that one out of there.
Whew, man, I'll tell you what, these screen passes today have been an adventure. RC knows it.
So a punting situation for the Aggies. Shane Leckler standing at his own 38. Eric Scott at the 10-yard line for the Bruins. And he got off a pretty nice one. Scott letting it go into the end zone, but it's down inside the 5-yard line. Great job by Leckler to just deaden the ball inside the 5, a 45-yard punt.
And a good job by the big tight end, Derek Spiller, getting down there. Scott does the right thing. He lets it hit, but they get the soft bounce. There's the tight end, Spiller, on the 3-yard line. He controls it, slides into the end zone, but the ball will be marked on the 3.
10 minutes, 58 seconds to go in the second. Texas A&M with a 7-0 lead. A&M leading at 7-0. That young man is Jason Harris. His brother's a pretty good player, and he's standing by with Mike Harris right now.
That's right, Gus. New York Jets defensive back Aaron Glenn patrolling the NFL backfield, defensive backfield. But you patrolled the defensive backfield here for A&M. How surprised are you at the defense today?
Well, I know the coaches. They put a good game plan in for these guys. They have good players. They showed that win went up there and made the big play and let the defense score. Now, I think that's what it's all about. I mean, if the defense comes to play every game, I think it's going to make it easy for the offense.
You're doing something pretty special later this month, the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I'm excited to go. My family's excited, and it's just fun to get a chance to go out there and play against some of the top guys in the league. And I'm just happy to get a chance to go.
All right, Aaron Glenn, thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, Gus, back to you.
All right, Mike. Aaron Glenn signing a very lucrative contract to play for the New York Jets, the highest paid defensive backs in the NFL, and he's playing for your former coach, Bill Parcells.
It just goes to show you what coaching at any level can do for a program. I don't care what people say about the pros don't need to be coached. If you can motivate these high-paid players like a Bill Parcells, you're pretty special.
UCLA right now trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good graphic right there. It just shows you how, after 6 weeks of not playing a football game, how sloppy they are today.
2nd down and 9. McNown in trouble. Oh! Zarek Rollins got to him. 3rd sack of the game for Texas A&M.
And shades of Tennessee when Cade McNown took a sack in the 1st quarter in game number 2. They're taking advantage of this, aren't they?
And it's not just a little kiss. That's one thing I'm noticing.
I guess any score counts. It doesn't have to be a touchdown, right?
Guys scoring on the field and off the field as well.
Oh, I'm going to leave you alone on that one, Mr. Johnson.
Aggies lead it 9-0.
Wow.
And Bob Toledo is shocked right now at how his UCLA team is playing.
I'm shocked that Cade McNown didn't get rid of the football there. Even if he throws it in the 10th row of the stands, Cade, you can't take this play. Look at him. He had somebody backside. If you're going to get it batted down or whatever, that's fine. But number 94, Zarek Rollins, does a great job. He looks front side. Now he's going to come back weak. Rollins is in his face, but you got to throw the ball about 18 rows deep in the stands. You can't take the sack in that situation. And he's standing with his offensive coordinator, Alan Borges, who's also the quarterback coach. And one of the things Alan told us yesterday is Cade has gotten better and better over the year at his decision-making. But in that particular instance, I really believe he's got to throw the football away.
So instead of punting the ball away, Chris Saylor decides to tee it up and kick off. And here's Sir Parkle at the 13. Parker trying to get outside. He does at the 40. Good running effort by Sir Parker, 26 yards for the junior from Los Angeles, California.
Everything's going R.C. Slocum's way right now. He was telling us the other day he really thought it was important to get off to a great start today. There was such a big underdog. He wanted his kids to be believers early, and that's exactly what's happened. Even though they missed an early field goal, they came back on the big interception return and then the safety. So it's getting done by the defense, Gus Johnson.
Fewest points that UCLA scored this season, 27 against Stanford on November 1st. Brandon Stewart out of the pocket, and he tiptoes out of bounds. Wilmer there to chase it. UCLA coming into this game averaging 40 points per game. They haven't lost since September 6th when they fell to Tennessee at home 30-24.
And there's Mark Weber talking that offensive line. They're just not moving the football consistently. It's just a timing thing. Because, Gus, I thought they practiced extremely well this week.
Here's Bob Toledo. 2nd down and 10 from the 40 for A&M. Dante Hall outside, jitterbugging over the 45 up to the 46. Larry Atkins with the tackle. And so far, it's been a great bowl season for the Pac-10. 4-0, SEC 2-0, Big East 0-3.
Yeah, the Big East, I don't think that's a surprise. They had a tough year this year just getting 4 teams qualified.
3rd down and 3 from the 47. The toss to Hall, and it'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down.
This will be an interesting mark. They've got to get to the 50. Let's see where they mark it. Right on inside so they've got a full yard to go here. People are antsy. They want to see RC go for it. I think he's going to punt it away.
Too dangerous of a play, and Coach Slocum leading 9-0 wisely.
Yeah,
brings in the punting team.
The flip side of this is if you're UCLA, you got to play punt safe, meaning watch out for the fake here.
Leckler at the 35. Eric Scott, fair catch signal, and it's down. No. Almost another sensational play by the Aggie punting team. 51-yard punt, but UCLA gets the ball back at their own 20 after this. He got touched and he can't kick it.
CBS Sports presentation of the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic is sponsored by your friends at Southwestern Bell. The United States Marine Corps, the change is forever. And by First Plus Financial. At First Plus, we're working first for you.
And welcome back to the Cotton Bowl, where UCLA trails Texas A&M 9-0. And the game summary: 9 defensive points for the Aggies, and the Wrecking Crew defense, Mike, in full effect.
Yeah, I think that the key 2 areas, 9 defensive points and the sacks, 3 sacks. Texas A&M, it's just so far a game totally dominated by A&M.
Here's the team that lost to Nebraska in the Big 12 championship game on December 6th, 54-15, and they look totally different since then. CLA over the 20-yard line up to the 21. Warwick Holdman with the tackle on Skip Hicks. And Skip Hicks from Wichita, Texas, coming out of high school, was not very well known, had a scholarship offer presented to him by Oklahoma State. They then went after another player and rescinded their offer. Hicks decided to take some of the visits that he had to UCLA, to USC, and fell in love with UCLA, and the rest, as they say, is history. UCLA offered him a scholarship. McNown going down. Holdman, the 4th sack of the game for Texas A&M.
And Warwick Holdman is having a big football game today. Had 5 sacks coming into the game. He's going to come from the far side over here, and nobody picks him up backside. It's a bootleg. Here he comes. McNown does not feel him. Sack number 4, and this Wrecking Crew defense playing their best football of the season. They're pumped up over there.
A loss of 8. 3rd down and 16. And a quick punt by McNown.
That's a great play.
And it takes a UCLA bounce.
Look at this. He had 1 punt earlier this season for 67 yards in the same exact situation. That's his 2nd punt. That's a beauty.
All the way down to the 10-yard line for Cade McNown. 6:58 to go. 9-0. 6 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Texas A&M leading UCLA 9-0. Now, in 1957, the Cotton Bowl saw Syracuse take on TCU. Syracuse All-America halfback Jim Brown scored 3 touchdowns and kicked 3 extra points. But it wasn't enough, as his 4th quarter extra point was blocked. The Horned Frogs beat the Orangemen 28-27. Wow. Great tradition here at the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. But on that last play, a 76-yard quick kick by Cade McNown, and UCLA backs Texas A&M up to the 10-yard line. Stewart rolling out of the pocket, throwing off 1 foot, and it's caught at the 25. That's Cole with the catch and a first down for the Aggies. Gain of 15.
We talked in the open about getting motion so that Cole can work with his guy off the move, and that's exactly what happens. He runs Javelin Guidry off, comes back and catches the football. That's a great first down.
Cole, a sophomore from Orange, Texas. 6 feet, 188 pounds, 25 catches coming into this game.
And motion again.
Second down. And inside handoff. Not a lot of room.
You know, I want to go back to the quick kick, Gus. It's just a great call by Bob Toledo. He had the ball third down on his own 14-yard line, calls the quick kick out of shotgun formation. They did it earlier in the year for 67 yards, and today 76 yards all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's a great call by the king of gadgets, Bob Toledo.
UCLA. Yards for Dante Hall, his 10th touchdown of the season, and UCLA getting blown out of this one so far in the first half of play. A&M leading it 16-0.
What a great block by the left guard, Steve McKinney, the all Big 12 performer. Watch him pull out here, open up the hole. There he is with the key block on the safety, Sean Williams. Look at him break the tackle of 225-pound Larry Atkins. And at this point, Dante Hall, all 5'6", 190 pounds of him, just gonna walk into the end zone. Look at McKinney, all Big 12 with the kick-out block, cut inside, break a tackle, no free safety in the hole because of the 8-man front. It's all over. We've got a 16-0 game.
Hi, Jim Nance here at the FedEx Orange Bowl. Coming up on the College Football Today halftime report, Craig Lou and Terry Donahue will join me. We'll break down the first half, plus take a look at all the bowl action, and a look at Tennessee's freshman running back, Jamal Lewis. He's a good one. That's at halftime. Now back to the game.
Well, UCLA strong safety, number 35, Larry Atkins, right here, tries to make the big play by stripping the football. Watch him. Right arm on the ball, tries to rip it loose. Dante Hall holds on to it, and UCLA, instead of making the big play, gives up the big play. And all of a sudden, Gus, we've got a 16-0 ball game, and I got to tell you, UCLA is shell-shocked.
Right now, Texas A&M handing the Bruins their hats in the first half. 5th longest rush in Cotton Bowl history, 74 yards for Dante Hall. And it's 16-0. A&M ranked number 20, leading the 5th ranked Bruins. Short kick picked up at the 15. And UCLA will start. Jermaine Lewis returns at 11 yards. And one of the great traditions here, that's number 12, the 12th man.
Chad Franzen, walk-on player, which is the tradition here. They always have one walk-on player who leads the team down on kickoffs, always stands ready to play, and in that case, it was walk-on Chad Franzen making a play.
Skip Hicks trying to get outside, cuts it back in over the 30, 25 rather, and he gets tackled at the 27, pickup of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5 coming up. Dat Win making the tackle. And a great college football tradition, the 12th man. E.G. King, the original 12th man. Back in 1922, the Dixie Classic, King came out of the press box, put on a uniform for an injured player, stood on the sidelines the entire game, and that's where that great walk-on 12th man tradition began at Texas A&M.
And that's why the Corps always stands the entire game, ready to help.
entire student body. And this is Farmer stepping out of bounds. Gain of 6. Now this weekend, CBS Sports showcases the Women's Basketball Classic presented by Honda, featuring 7 teams in the top 20. On Saturday, number 3 UConn visits the top-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols. And on Sunday, it's a doubleheader with Colorado battling Illinois, Oregon at Stanford, or Wisconsin taking on Georgia. And that Tennessee-Connecticut game, if you haven't had a chance to watch Shamiqua Holtzclaw, people say that by the end of her career, she could be the best female basketball player ever against the number 3 Connecticut Huskies. So you gotta pay attention to Shamiqua Holtzclaw if you can.
A&M's paying attention to that guy, Mr. Hicks, and there it is, the standing student body. They never sit down. It's kind of one of those good news, bad news. You can't sit down, but if you got a girlfriend, you can kiss her. So, you know, it works.
Second down and 9 from the 36 for UCLA. Skips the lone setback. Hicks the lone setback, and a whistle. And flag on the play. Looks like somebody on the right side of the offensive line may have jumped offside.
For the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Just way out of sync all day today, this UCLA offense. Got to give credit to the Texas A&M defense, and that man, defensive coordinator Mike Hankowitz. It's his first year here at A&M. He's been in the business 27 years. And Gus, this is a big day for him because he played at Michigan in the 1970 Rose Bowl. And you know he'll have his eyes glued a little bit later to see how Michigan does with Washington State.
The 12 mom. Everybody pitching in today for Texas A&M. Second down and long.
Here they come.
Here's the screen again. Got it to Hicks. And he's tackled from behind by the little general, Dat Nguyen.
Well, that was great pursuit. That play showcases his ability. 6 feet, 216 pounds.
And he's not 6 feet. He's about 5'9".
Now, well, wait a minute. How tall are you?
I'm about 5'10".
Well, come on. Now. Here he is, number 9. Watch him from behind now. It doesn't look like he's got a chance to make the play, but look at the acceleration. Skip Hicks can run, but he caught him from behind. That's a great football players, lady. I really think he's one of my favorite guys in the country.
Didn't start playing football until the 8th grade. And he's learned a lot in a hurry.
They'll come again.
Now stepping up, scrambling, and is wrapped up at the 35. Roland Bradley, freshman from Lamarck, Texas, making the tackle. And UCLA coming up empty once again. The Texas A&M defense, they've made their mark in the first half.
You know what? And the clock continues to run. We're under 3 minutes. One more good drive here, and A&M will have shut out UCLA's offense, which has averaged over 41 points a game.
Chris Saylor at the 20. Dante Hall, who just returned one 74 yards, ran one 74 yards at his own 20. Low punt, Bearcat signal, Hall at the 25. 40-yard punt. And Texas A&M comes back onto the field. Don't forget, coming up on the College Football Today halftime report, Jim Nance, Craig James, and Lou Holtz, 2 people extremely familiar with the Cotton Bowl. Craig at SMU and Lou Holtz coaching in a number of Cotton Bowls. And Terry Donahue, who coached this UCLA team, will have first half scores, analysis, and they will get you caught up on all the bowl scores and highlights. The pitch, Sir Parker trying to cut it back and over the 25 up to the 28-yard line before being knocked down. Larry Atkins, the strong safety, making the tackle.
You know, so far I love the offensive game plan of Steve Marshall. His first year here, he's been around, he's been at Tennessee, UCLA's offensive line coach a year ago. Gus, he's going double tight ends and just telling UCLA, we're not going to allow you to dictate the pace of this game and bring people through the gaps. We're going to play a conservative game, run the football, and not turn it over.
Second down and 7 from the 28. Inside handoff, Tiki Arteman, and Arteman stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten a yard. Some dejected faces on the UCLA bench.
There's a good graphic right there. Wide receiver coach Ron Carragher, who backed up Troy Aikman in 1988 here at UCLA. I'll tell you right now, that whole bench has no idea what's going on. They fully expected to come in here and dominate this week, and instead they're being dominated.
1:16 to go in the first half of play. 3rd down and 3. Here come the blitz.
Double tight.
Sir Parker wrapped up in the backfield and goes down. Weldon Ford and Waswa Sirwanga combining on the tackle.
Yeah, Sirwanga did a great job coming off the edge in the safety blitz. He's coming right up from here on the outside, number 11. Here he comes outside. He beats the block of Hardeman, forces it back to Ford. That's good team defense right there.
So Bob Toledo, who admittedly said this was an important game for him after being fired by R.C. Slocum after serving 5 years as the offensive coordinator at Texas A&M. He said he wanted to win the game. He wants to win the game big. But R.C., and he's a defensive-minded coach, been here since 1972. He's having a little bit more to say about that in this one so far, as his defense, Mike, they are just excellent today.
Oh, they're flying to the football. You've got to give them credit. Sure, UCLA's been a little sloppy, but take a look at R.C.'s file. He's been at A&M 25 years. He had one brief one-year stint at 1981 at USC. Obviously the winningest head coach in A&M history, but look at that percentage. 77% of the time his team's going to win the football game.
Leckler sends it away. Low line drive kick, sends Eric Scott. Backpedals to the 20, drops it, picks it up.
Got a wall.
Got a wall. Made one guy miss at the 30. Midfield, out of bounds. Inside Texas A&M territory. With 45 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
That's a big play right there for UCLA.
Now Saturday, January 3rd, the legend rides again. Magnificent Seven, the greatest Western of all time. It's now a series. Don't miss the exciting 2-hour premiere right here on CBS.
It's like Fordham's offensive line back there, right? The 7 blocks of granite.
First down for the Bruins.
It's a key series right here.
Cade McNown with 45 seconds to get some points on the board. Underneath, incomplete, no flags on the play. Rich Cody, there you go.
Late, whoa.
Late flag, Rich Cody. Pass interference against him.
Unless they get Holdman and Andy Myers with a little bit of a spat, that's going to be an interference call. Well, that was a late flag right there. They've got a little bit of a bunch. 3 wide receivers together. The correct read underneath the number 87 Farmer. Does he get there too early? Yes, he does. Was it a late call? Yes. But was it a good call? Yes.
So the penalty spots the ball at the Texas A&M 39-yard line. 40 seconds to go. 3-receiver package in the game for UCLA. To the near side, and he is drilled and unable to hang on to the football. Cedric Curry delivered the wood.
He's their nickel back that's also started 4 or 5 games this year. And Gus, you can see when a team just starts to get the confidence. Let's just listen to how good this hit is. As a former defensive back, I just love that. You pray to get that opportunity every game.
Andy Farmer hazed and unable to hold on. Here's McNown again. 33 seconds to go. In trouble. Staying on his feet. Looking down the field. Farmer once again nowhere to go. This time Roland Bradley. 5 sacks in the first half for Texas A&M. this UCLA team came into this game, their offensive line giving up only 24 on the season. 16-0 Aggies. .24 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. Texas A&M really shocking the 5th-ranked UCLA Bruins in the first half, 16-0. But UCLA with the ball, 3rd down and 13 from the A&M 42.
They need to at least get points on the board before halftime.
McNown, good pressure, underneath, and a great catch by Farmer as he just found a little soft spot and made the catch at the 21-yard line.
Excellent job showing patience by McNown. Good feet, great athletic ability, waiting till the receiver came open. That's big play because it gets you into field goal range now. Now you take a shot at 6.
Picked up 20 yards. First down from the 22. Here's
the blitz.
McNown. Oh! Dangerous pass. It's juggled and out of bounds.
Oh, man, you don't throw that football. I'm sorry, Gus. I jumped in there. I just got a little nervous. Wow.
Danny Farmer unable to hold on to the ball.
You can't ever throw the football back across the field like that. If number 30, Brandon Jennings, had his head on a swivel, he could have picked that off and gone about 75 yards. Look at this. His back is to the football. If he turns around, that's an interception. You can't ever throw the football back that far all the way to the sideline unless you're going to expect something bad to happen.
9 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10 from the 22 in the first half of play. UCLA down 16-0. McNown will give it a shot into the end zone, wide open.
Oh, man.
Touchdown.
Horrible job by A&M.
Jimmy McElroy scores 22-yarder. And with 2 seconds remaining in the first half, UCLA, who had not been shut out in the first half the entire season, finally got on the board.
You can't let that happen late in the half. Worst case scenario, you give the field goal up, but you can't get beat in the deep corner at the end of the half like that.
And the extra point is good. Cedric Curry, the sophomore, allowed McElroy to get behind him. He picked up his 10th touchdown of the season. The senior from Los Angeles.
Now Curry had the underneath coverage, and Cody is the safety who's supposed to get over top. Okay, so Curry's got to sink under. Cody's got to come over the top. But look, there's 5 yards of separation. With 9 seconds left in the half, you can't ever let the guy get behind you like that. It's a good play by UCLA, but the first time today, just a poor job by Texas A&M. McNown recognizes it, sees it the whole way. It's just a soft flip. That's a very poor job of recognition, number 1 by A&M. But I'll bet you Cade liked it. About time.
And the left-hander.
About time.
Cade McNown, who was named after a soldier in the book Gone with the Wind.
Ooh, it's a literary, Gus Johnson.
Well, I didn't read it. He just told us yesterday that that's what his mom named him after.
Man, reaching deep into that literary self of you.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Hanging around you. And Cade got his team on the board 16-7 now.
That was a huge play.
And the squib kick picked up by Dante Hall. Hall got a block, and that is the end of the first half of play. So UCLA, who looked almost dead, scores with 2 seconds remaining, a 22-yard touchdown strike. Cade McNown to Jim McElroy, and they get on the board and trail 16-7.
That's a big, big play for that UCLA team. John Madden always said the toughest score is the first, especially when you're sloppy, and that's exactly what's happened right now.
Mike Harris is down with R.C. Slocum.
All right, Coach. with the exception of that late touchdown, your team played a pretty perfect first half. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm really pleased with the effort of our team at this time. Disappointing the last play there, you know, giving them a long pass there. The corner ran the corner out, had a little bit of busting coverage, but getting great effort out of our players. I think UCLA just demonstrated there the explosive nature of their offense. So we got a lot of ball left to play.
All right, Coach. Good luck next in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back up to you.
All right, Mike, that's the end of the first half with the score. Texas A&M leading UCLA 16-7. Jim Nance, Craig James, Lou Holtz, and Terry Donahue will be along with college football today right after this word from your local station.
From our CBS anchor desk in Miami, welcome to College Football Today. The score at halftime down at the Cotton Bowl, Texas A&M leading 16-7. Hi again, everybody. Jim Nance, along with my usual partners, Craig James and Lou Holtz. And we're joined by our CBS colleague, the former UCLA coach, Terry Donahue. Terry, I was just hearing a story. You and Coach Holtz actually were on the sidelines together in an all-star game over in Hawaii, a Hula Bowl.
Well, in '78, I was at Arkansas. He was at UCLA. We played in the Fiesta Bowl. It ended up tied. We then went to the Hula Bowl. I was the head coach. His assistant got off the airplane. That's the last time I saw Terry Donahue until the middle of the second quarter on the sideline. He shows up in his sandal shoes.
Lou, that's because I was like all the assistant coaches who worked for you. You didn't give me anything to do.
I want to tell you, if all my assistant coaches were like you, I wouldn't be here today. I'm here because of them.
A little micromanaging. Hey, UCLA has never won a bowl game in which Terry Donahue was not involved in it as either a player, assistant coach, or a head coach. What about the way the Bruins, at least they scored before the half, but what did you think of their first half effort?
Well, UCLA early in the game was out of sync offensively. They were just missing some passes, had a number of drop balls, but the score right before the end of the half was critical. And remember, UCLA has been a big, big team in the second half.
There was a point in that first half, Lou, where I thought the Bruins were driving and it looked like they were trying to get right back into the thing that won them 9 straight games.
Well, sometimes you go into a bowl game and you try to win the game. You try to do something impressive. They have the ball on the 14-yard line early in the game, nothing. And instead of pound it, they run a throwback screen here, and Dat Wynn intercepts it, and then he turns into an option quarterback, pitches the ball back, and they go on and score. They're ahead because UCLA has encouraged them. UCLA has not been focused. They've not played as well as they need to, and it really makes Nebraska and makes Nebraska look very, very good.
What's the name of that linebacker?
Dat Wynn.
There you go. You did it right. Under pressure 2 times. Give me some. Okay. You know, I think really for UCLA, the score at the end of the second quarter was very important. But for the second half, they've got to get Skip Hicks running the football. This is a big bruising guy. Coach, you've been talking about him. I mean, the guy can run the football. He's got a big body. He's got great speed. He must become physical in the second half to give his offense a chance. The receivers have to catch the football. And furthermore, if you're Nebraska's coach Tom Osborne watching this football game and you're those Osborne guys, you got to be saying, look, fellas, look here. This team A&M showed up to play. Tennessee will show up to play Nebraska. And if Nebraska's not ready, same thing will happen to them.
All right, let's check the scores. Penn State playing against Florida up in Orlando, and the Nittany Lions with -1 yard rushing. Again, without Curtis Enos, and the Gators lead it by 8. North Carolina pounding Virginia Tech. They had 16 first quarter points. That matched the whole season's total in the first quarter for the Tar Heels, blowing out the Hokies. Big East won't win a bowl game this year. Georgia over Wisconsin. The story there, Mike Bobo, 26 of 28, the best completion percentage in college football history. He completed 19 in a row at one time, including 12 of them to Hines Ward. Later today, the Rose Bowl gets underway in Pasadena with Michigan taking on Washington State. Both Nebraska and Tennessee will watch the game in their locker rooms as they get ready for their final walkthrough here at Pro Players Stadium this evening. And when they watch, Terry, what do you think they'll be seeing in the Rose Bowl?
Well, I think one of the interesting matchups is going to be Ryan Leaf against Charles Woodson. Remember, Ryan Leaf probably is the most important player on his team in the country. If he didn't play for Washington State, they might have won 5 or 6 games this year. He finished 3rd in the Heisman balloting. Woodson wins it. He's probably out today to prove that he should have won it.
Yeah, well, when you talk about Woodson, that's the way most of the country is Woodson. But there are also 3 other defensive backs who made all Big Ten for the University of Michigan. You know, there's some people that don't get as much credit as what they truly deserve. But I think the Heisman will be a distraction for the University of Michigan and for Woodson. By the same token, I think it'll be a plus for Tennessee because I believe the Tennessee players are upset that Peyton Manning was snubbed for the Heisman, and they're going to rally around him.
Yeah, I tell you, a guy that really is going to rally around and play a good ball game is Ryan Leaf, and I think it's very important for Washington State, the coaching staff, and for the great quarterback to be very aware of the first series or two as to how Michigan's going to play them. They really can't look on film right now and say, hey, well, Michigan's played a team like us that throws the ball like we do, that's sophisticated like we are, so they really don't know how Michigan's going to come out and try to defend them. Ryan Leaf, first series or two, don't make a mistake. Hand the ball off some, see how they're going to cover you in passes, and then work it for the second quarter on.
All right, coming up, I'll look at the man who gives balance to Tennessee's offense, the Volunteers freshman running back Jamal Lewis, when College Football Today continues after this. At the Cotton Bowl, A&M leads 16-7 at halftime. UCLA was third in the nation this year in scoring 41 points a game, only 7 for UCLA to this point, as we listen to the solid gold sound of the UCLA marching band. Welcome back to the College Football Today halftime report. In about 29 hours from now, our coverage of the FedEx Orange Bowl between Tennessee and Nebraska gets underway. The two head coaches had some final thoughts today, beginning with the Volunteers' Phil Fulmer on Peyton Manning.
He's about as close to 100% as you can be, I believe. I'm very pleased with his continued progress, and I think that he is certainly capable of managing the football game, and from a physical standpoint as well as a mental standpoint.
It's the final game for a lot of people. There are probably both sides of the field, 20, 30 seniors out there playing their last game, and so the fact that it's mine is not any different than those guys.
Sometimes good things come to those who wait. Well, Tennessee running back Jamal Lewis waited, and great things have come to him and to the Volunteers.
Jamal Lewis came to Tennessee as last year's top-rated high school fullback in the country. But after he arrived, he wondered why he wasn't being used. Then, in the third game of the season, the Vols' running game hit rock bottom against Florida.
The Florida game, you know, I was like, I was tending to get upset. I was like, you know, saying, why am I not out there on the field playing? You know, I feel like I got everything down.
His chance came in the next game, and he made the most of it. Against Ole Miss, he rushed for 155 yards, and that was just the beginning. He went on to gain over 100 yards 7 times, twice going over 200, all the while winning over the confidence of his teammates and the Volunteer coaching staff.
It's a pretty good game from the first start. I really wanted to prove something to the coaches and my teammates that I was ready to get out there and play.
It was a tremendous lift for us, and we knew we had a good one when we signed him, and probably not as good as he's turned out, and I think he's surprised.
And he's been surprising defenses ever since. He's had the Volunteer faithful twisting and shouting all season long, on his way to becoming the nation's leading freshman runner.
Now with Jamal, teams have to try and stop the run, which helps our passing game out, and he is an exceptional player. There's no question about it. He can do a lot of great things with the ball, but it's really helped me out a lot because I can run the kind of offense I've been used to running these past 3 years.
Senior Peyton has shown his gratitude by taking the younger Jamal under his wing, providing an example the freshman had long wanted to follow.
One of the reasons I came to Tennessee because he was staying and everything, and him passing the ball, it will open up the defense, you know what I'm saying? Defense, they're going to respect his passing, so it'll open up for me to get some yards and do my thing.
Well, Jamal's been a big boost to our team. Basically, what Jamal has done is brought the balance back to Tennessee's offense. In years past, if you look at the stats, Tennessee has always had a good running back, always had a good running game, and they've always thrown the ball well, but it's been balanced. That's our main part of our offense.
The balance of power in the Tennessee offense is sure to shift now that Jamal Lewis's college career is taking off and Peyton Manning's is coming to an end. At Tennessee, the offense of the past will soon be rushing into the future.
Next season is going to be a lot different. I feel like in this offseason, I'm going to work pretty hard, you know, and everything. And I just want to come back and be a totally different back, even better than I am this year.
One can only wonder if he was part of the game plan against Florida. We might have had 3 unbeaten teams right now at this very point. What about Lewis?
Well, I think it's very important. If I were his friend or his teammate in this ball game or his running back coach, I would say, you've got to understand this is going to be a physical football game. They're very good on defense. but you're a big physical kid yourself, son. You can go out there and you can run the football, and you got to take it to them. It may take him a quarter to gain the respect of the Nebraska defense, but he's got to stick with a hard running and stick on the ground with what he can do. And if he does that, the second, third, and the fourth quarter will be easy for him, and it'll help his team. And it's very important for the psyche of the Tennessee team. They know they've got to run the ball. If they don't run the ball, then they're going to get hit in the mouth.
I understand that completely, but understand this. Also, Nebraska does not recruit on Krypton. I mean, if you look at the UCF game plan, they came very, very close to beating Nebraska at Lincoln. The one thing that they did have, though, they had a young quarterback named Dante Culpepper, had great mobility, and I think that that's going to
join CBS for live coverage of the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympic Games in Nagano, Japan, Friday, February 6th at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. A quick thought on the second half. I got a phone ringing here. What do you?
Well, I don't think the second half comment's going to be near as good as what you got going
I
there.
think the first 5 minutes of the third quarter is going to be critical. A&M's got to come out and establish their dominance again.
That's original.
UCLA needs to pick up its tempo and intensity, and they can win this game.
This sounds pretty urgent right now.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, Mr. Jones. How are things in Dallas? Which one do you want to speak to first?
I want you to know that I expected him to come, and you tell him that I have no intentions of playing again.
I'll say this.
I think I have some eligibility left, but I'm far too...
I'll say this, though. I know this. Troy Aikman was interviewed in the first half of our football game, and both of these guys quit talking so they could hear who he was going to introduce.
I want to you guys are quiet. We aren't going to be able to get sponsors in the future. Now let's get to the game.
We'll put it right here. We'll put it right here, and one of you guys can grab it
Lou,
first.
you can be my assistant.
I'll be a better one than you are.
No sandals allowed. Second half coming up with the Cotton Bowl. UCLA trails A&M 16-7. Enjoy the second half, folks, right here on CBS.
In a time when heroes are made.
Why I came with.
And legends are born.
Cut him loose.
7 men will unite to fight for justice.
Time's up.
The greatest Western of all time.
Prepare to be amazed.
Rides again. The Magnificent 7. 2-hour series premiere, CBS Saturday.
Where was the internet first created? Who gives old movies new life? Who's a leader in the battle to cure AIDS? Who sets the standards for lifelong learning? What will they think of next? UCLA, where the world turns for big ideas.
For college football action, the address is CBS. Welcome home.
Rita Rodriguez once told me there's nothing worse than being trapped on a bad blind date.
So, Maria tells me that you're a tax attorney.
Oh, no, I think she might have said taxidermy. I'm a taxidermist. I have a woodchuck on display over at the library. Well, it's missing it, too, so I pulled one.
And she's been on more than a few.
Tell me, what color are my eyes?
I'm not sure.
Hazel. Strike one.
Thanks.
That waitress is so hot.
Yeah, she's really cute.
I have tremendous peripheral vision. Ooh, the man behind me is buttering his corn.
Well, I'm very proud of it, darn. I haven't done a lot in my life. Well, you know, the years have been free, but...
Of course, being trapped on the phone a day after a bad blind date is no picnic either. So I suggested Rita try Bell South's caller ID. Well, that and maybe a computer dating service.
Your mouth is flapping, but I don't hear a word you're saying.
Hello, Alabama, and welcome to the Nissan year-end cross-country sales event. Imagine yourself in a 98 Nissan Altima GXE with automatic transmission and air that you can lease for only $229 a month for 39 months, and $999 initial payment includes security deposit. Or a new Nissan Frontier 4x2 King Cab priced at $1,629 less than Toyota Tacoma 4x2 XC. Or check out our great deals on lots of new 97 Nissans that all must go. But hurry while the Nissan event is still on the road, because it all ends January 5th.
The Olympic Winter Games return to CBS 42.
And welcome back. Texas A&M leading 5th-ranked UCLA 16-7. as we prepare for the second half of play. Gus Johnson along with Mike Mayock. Texas A&M in the first half very sharp, especially defensively.
Yeah, they've dominated the football game on the defensive side. The first 9 points of the game scored by the defense on a long interception return and then the safety. UCLA, conversely, real sloppy. I think the 6-week layoff, they've had a problem.
And statistically in the first half of play, the rushing a very big key. Texas A&M really running the football well, 135 yards. Conversely, UCLA, who averages on the season over 166 yards, only 31 yards rushing in the first half. Moments ago, Mike Harris spoke with UCLA head coach Bob Toledo.
Coach, what did you stress to your team at half?
Well, I told them we've been here before. We've been a second half team, and you know, we're looking forward to the second half. We obviously had some penalties and some drop balls. We gave up a couple big plays, but we just got to remain patient and keep our game plan going and execute.
All right, Coach. Good luck.
All right, Mike. So Bob Toledo and the Bruins kicking off to begin the second half. Down 16-7. Texas A&M 7-0 this season when leading at the half. But that touchdown with 2 seconds remaining from Cade McNown to McElroy may have been that moment that the Bruins needed to get back into this game, getting some momentum.
Huge series for UCLA to get away not only just the field goal, but the big touchdown reception on the last play of the half.
Sir Parker from the goal line. Up to the 20 where he is knocked backwards. His forward progress should have the ball spotted at the 20-yard line. 19-yard return. Brandon Stewart, high marks for he along with the rest of the Aggies.
Take a look at their numbers. Turnover margin within the Big 12. That's the number I like. First place net punting, first place, second, and all the rest. What that tells me, it's a well-coached, sound, fundamental football team that will not beat themselves. And so far, that's what UCLA has done today.
Stewart in the first half, 4 of 6, only 30 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. Passing on first down. Got it away, almost intercepted. And a great play by Larry Atkins to tip the football. And he almost came up with the interception.
But Brandon Stewart is going to kick himself. He's got Derek Spiller wide open. If he puts a little air underneath this and gets it over Atkins, take a look. There's nobody anywhere near Spiller. That's a great effort by the very athletic 6'4", 220-pound Atkins. But if Brandon Stewart puts some air under that, Spiller might still be running.
Makes it second down and 10 from the 21 for the Aggies.
2 tight ends. That's what they've been, base offense all game.
Stewart sprinting out again. The sideline incomplete. Larry Hodge, the intended receiver. But Stewart felt some backside pressure on that play. Brings up third down and long.
Little different second half beginning. Weldon Ford there put some pressure on, but A&M throwing the first 2 plays in the first second half possession. If UCLA gets a good stop here defensively, you're going to see a big momentum shift towards UCLA.
Third down and 10. Chris Taylor wide to the far side. Cole to the near side. Out of the pro set.
Here they come.
There's a blitz. Stewart goes down. Dan Juan McGee, the senior from Long Beach, California. Second sack of the game for UCLA. And the Bruins defensively really inspired to begin the second half of play.
Both inside linebackers coming. 6 men on the blitz. McGee comes loose. Missed block by Dante Parker. That's the key right there. Number 34, Dante Hall's got to make that block, and he missed. He whiffed on the block.
Leckler at his own 1. Eric Scott back deep. Low. Wobbly kick picked up at the 50-yard line. Scott breaks the first tackle, trying to get outside, and he is finally corralled at the 48-yard line. Goes back to the 50. But UCLA taking over with terrific field position. Beginning of the third quarter, down 16-7.
lot of industry experts told us that the passenger side was the best place to add a third door. We got still more advice insisting that the driver's side was the only logical choice. But as you can see, we let it all go right in one ear and out the other. Introducing the new Dodge Ram Quad Cab. The rules have changed.
The holidays can be stressful, but help is on the way. United Artists invites you to meet the antidote to the holiday season.
Lucky for you I stopped by.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
When you're looking for anything from gold bulbs to silver bells, stop in and see the folks in the red vest. They've got plenty of decorating and gift ideas to make your season bright. Holiday season or any season, Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
January 2nd, 1986. These Aggies aren't Aggies. Teams from A&M past might have folded like a cheap Japanese fan, but this group rose to the occasion. The Aggies stormed back to take the lead, then lost it, got it back again, and then twice stopped the best back in college football when they had to. They not only won the game, but went a long way in convincing doubters that these Aggies are for real and worthy of proper respect. David Cass-Stevens, Dallas Morning News.
What'll they write next? We can't wait to find out.
I thought you were starting to go gray.
I was, but I never did.
So what happened, a miracle?
You can't tell?
Tell what?
I use Just for Men.
That's hair color?
Even your barber can't tell you use the hair coloring called Just for Men. Just for Men has a unique shampoo-in formula that blends away gray. Apply, then rinse in just 5 easy minutes, and it matches your gray to your natural color.
I never would have guessed.
Just for Men. So natural, even your barber can't tell.
The sack by UCLA's Danwan McGee might cost Texas A&M more than lost yardage. Brandon Stewart steps up right there. The right ankle gets rolled over, causing extreme pain. And on the bench, you can see they've been working on it since he came off the field. So we don't know on the next possession whether we'll see Brandon Stewart or his capable backup, Randy McCowan.
UCLA, though, their best starting field position of the game at the A&M 45. Hicks in motion, empty backfield for McNown. Short drop, underneath, complete. As Farmer makes the catch, and he's wrapped up quickly by Warwick Holdman. There's Stewart.
See, it's the right ankle, Gus, so what he's doing is dropping back and trying to see if he can push off it in the drop-back pass position. Because that's the foot he's got to push off is the right one, being a right-handed quarterback.
You mean the plant foot?
The plant foot, exactly. You're going to be an analyst pretty soon, Mr. Johnson.
No, not that. Second down and 5 from the 40. The pitch, Skip Hicks spins, and Hicks is met by a sea of burgundy jerseys. Let's go downstairs to Mike Harris with an update.
All right, Gus, what they're going to do is Brandon Stewart is going to sit out the next series, and he's just going to walk around and see if he can shake the twisted ankle off, and then they'll go from there.
All right, Mike. Randy McCowan preparing to come into the game. There's Stewart.
I'll tell you, Gus, I've had enough twisted and turned ankles in my life. You want to get it retaped and stay on it. Keep moving, because once you sit down and immobilize it, then the swelling takes over and it's hard to move around.
I understand. Checking guys like James Lofton, you will get some twisted ankles. Here's McCown. Got a receiver. Touchdown. And that's Skip Hicks. Leaked out of the backfield. 41-yard score. And here come the Bruins. So UCLA, that touchdown with 2 seconds remaining at the end of the first half gave them the momentum, and you can tell by their spirit here to begin the second half that they're ready to play football.
No question. Defense came back and stuffed them on A&M's first series, and the offense puts it in the end zone.
And the extra point is good. We've got a ball game.
This is one of UCLA's favorite plays. They fake it to Hicks and then throw it back to him, hoping to get a linebacker in coverage, which is exactly what happened. It was Warwick Holdman, and Hicks dances into the end zone. We've got a ball game.
Oh, free beer.
I gotta warn you, boys, those seats are taken.
By us.
Okay, I warned you.
Excuse me, those are our beers.
Excuse us. We should have known these were yours.
You being the rugged outdoor type and all.
Shit, couldn't you see him hacking through the Rockies, climbing snow-capped peaks like some great American hero?
Who do you think you are, John Wayne?
No, that would be me.
Yeah, right. I'm Ben Cartwright.
No, he's over there.
Anything we can do for you?
We was just about to buy a cold one for the Duke.
Don't make a point of saying that too often, and once more will be too often.
Coors Light for the house!
Like this little fracas is about over.
Even though Dodge Ram is the bright red gold standard of pickup trucks, we're always improving things. We've made our available Magnum V8s even more powerful. We've improved the already world-class interior. In all, we've made 130 improvements to the Ram lineup since introduction, including this one, our new flow-through ventilation system. New Ram Quad Cab. The rules have changed.
In Brooklyn South, unnecessary roughness is sometimes very necessary.
Let's take him for a ride.
Brooklyn South, CBS Monday.
16-14, 12:34 to go in the third. A lot of memorable moments at the Cotton Bowl, like in 1968, Alabama against Texas A&M. Texas A&M's Wendell Housley runs for 20 yards. It's a touchdown, and the unranked Aggies defeat number 8 Alabama, and Aggies head coach Gene Stallings upsets his mentor, the legendary Paul Bear Bryant. Texas A&M winning it 20-16.
It's a pretty neat moment right there.
Good moment starting to develop in this ball game. UCLA, who at one time down 16-0, got a score with 2 seconds remaining in the first half. They come out in the second half, get a 41-yard touchdown from Skip Hicks from Cade McDown, scoring in 3 plays in 1 minute and 22 seconds, and now trail by 2. And this ball out of bounds and a penalty flag.
Now, in that previous touchdown, whenever UCLA gets in split backs, you got to watch this guy because he's going to work off the linebacker right here. That's Holdman. Watch what happens on the drop back pass. Hicks has got a linebacker on him right now. You got to throw the football right now. It's wide open. He's got separation. Holdman almost makes the play, but that's like taking candy from a baby. You got Skip Hicks, who runs a 4.40 on a linebacker.
4th receiving touchdown of the season for Skip Hicks, and he set a Pac-10 record for touchdowns this season with 54, breaking Charles White's record, which previously stood at 53. And the Bruins trail 16-14. A&M with the ball and a new quarterback.
And they've got to get back into their offense now.
McCown, a sophomore from Jacksonville, Texas. Inside handoff, Tiki Hardeman. He'll pick up a couple. Dan Juan McGee with the tackle. Now click on the CBS Sports line, where you'll find a wrap-up of today's game and news on all the College Bowl action. The latest scores, stats, highlights, exclusive columns, and the latest breaking news in sports. Plus, check out the most in-depth Olympic site on the web. Get in on the action at cbs.sportsline.com. And the numbers on Randy McCown so far this season alternated with Brandon Stewart, for the beginning of the season, the first 7 games. Stewart finally beat him out of the position, but as you mentioned, Mike, perfect time to have a veteran guy come in.
Yeah, I asked quarterbacks coach Ray Dorr about alternating quarterbacks. He said, well, one of the benefits of it is that you've got 2 guys that are experienced veterans by the end of the season. So if somebody gets hurt, you've got somebody that steps in that the offense is used to working with. And McCown even started the game against Texas Tech earlier this season. So you've got a guy that alternated for 7 and started an 8th.
3rd down and 7 from the 38. A&M 1 of 7 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. And a penalty flag, some movement on the A&M offensive line, somebody on the right side.
You know, they're getting pumped up now.
Before the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Third penalty of the game for R.C. Slocum's bunch. And Brandon Stewart, who had been taken into the locker room, gingerly walks back onto the sideline.
They probably took him in to x-ray the ankle, and if it's not broken, then they'll come back out with the cleats on, retaped, and try and get some movement on it. But Gus, these two teams look like they switched jerseys at halftime.
Third down and 12 from the 33. Chris Cole, the motion man. And it is caught at the 45-yard line, close to a first down. Aaron Oliver with the grab, and McCown showing that he can get out of the pocket too and deliver one right on the money.
Two things. Receiver has got to get deeper so that he gets first down distance, and secondly, the ball's got to be thrown a little bit earlier by Randy McCown. Receiver was open earlier. Get him the football so he can try and turn up the field, but a great job staying in bounds by Oliver. Let's see where the mark is. Look how, oh my goodness. Look how close this is, folks.
From where we sit, it's short by about a half inch.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a measurement here, I think. Nope.
And A&M on fourth down and an inch going for it.
Watch quarterback sneak or Tiki Hardeman.
And a first down.
Why not, right, Gus? You got to go for it there. You're up 2. You're playing in a bowl game in your own backyard against the number 5 team in the country. That's a good call by R.C. Slocum.
And you can tell that the momentum is on the side of UCLA, so Slocum daring here.
McCown knew inside was going to be bottled up. He did a good job going off the tackle side rather than just over the center and made it easily. That was a key first down for A&M here, guys.
First down from their own 46. And Sir Parker wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Dan Juan McGee once again in on the tackle. McGee quietly with a nice game so far. And Stewart on the bench. And they put the air cast on the right ankle now, and it looks like they may have made him change his shoe to a higher top cleat.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can to get their veteran quarterback back in the game.
Second down and 9 from the 47 for Texas A&M. McCown delivers. Nice catch. Chris Cole, the sophomore from Orange, Texas, climbed the ladder, came up with the grab, and he's close to a first down. Let's go downstairs to Mike Harris.
All right, Gus. Well, they have just put what they call a gel ankle brace on Brandon Stewart's right ankle, and he is just going to see how it feels, go walk around a little bit, and see what happens from there. But at this point, we don't know if he'll be back in the game for sure.
Hey, A&M did a nice job on the last play, double tight. They ran receiver Cole all the way across the formation like we told you they would do at the top of the show, and that gave him one-on-one coverage to the wide side of the field with the defensive back. And give McNown credit, he rolled out and hit him right on time.
Chris Cole picking up 8 yards on the play. He has 3 catches, 26 yards. And just a terrific game plan so far by R.C. Slocum's bunch, but you can feel UCLA coming on. Inside handoff, Tiki Hardeman.
Good hit.
Nowhere to go.
Good hit.
I believe his forward progress will give him the first down, though. But before this game, during practices and meetings, you talked to the UCLA coaches, Mike, about changing the image of this UCLA team, becoming more of a physical ball club.
Yeah, for years the Pac-10 in general and UCLA specifically has had a reputation for being soft. You start with those blue jerseys they wear and
powder blue.
UCLA Beach Boys and all that. They brought in a new strength coach. They brought in a new defensive coordinator who's aggressive, and they've changed their whole physicality. They really are an aggressive, tough football team.
First down from the 43. Here's a with a big lane, and what a play selection by the Aggies. Touchdown. And a deep breath by R.C. Slocum, holding off the Bruins. And Texas A&M on top 22-14. 43-yard run by Chris Cole, the sophomore from Orange, Texas. The extra point is good. And once again...
Look at the call. All the flow goes to the right side of the screen. They fake option, and here comes their game breaker. Number 80, Chris Cole. He's got everybody out in front of him, the whole side of the line. McKinney with the block does a great job keeping his feet, reaching into the end zone. And that's the young man we told you had to make plays for Texas A&M to win the football game.
In 1993, we changed everything. Dodge became the new Dodge, and the new Dodge became Intrepid. Now we're changing the way cars are created. Today's new Intrepid is the world's first car designed, assembled, and proven on computers, enabling a degree of precision never before possible. Welcome to the world of the new Dodge Intrepid. We're changing everything. Again.
Everybody has imagined the home of their dreams. But at State Farm, we dream about a house that looks great from the inside. One strong enough to survive a hurricane or other natural disaster. That's why we helped found the Institute for Business and Home Safety, a research and education group determined to strengthen building materials and building codes. Because at State Farm, we think the most beautiful kind of home will always be the one that's still standing.
Hi, I'm Michael Waltrip, driver of the Citgo Wood Brothers Ford. You know, stock car racing punishes an engine unlike anything else on this earth. That's why we run Citgo SuperGuard motor oil. When you're running 190 miles per hour in heavy traffic, the last thing you want to worry about is a breakdown. But even pushing 700 horsepower, SuperGuard is the motor oil we rely on when it counts.
And what Citgo learns about SuperGuard on the track makes it the one to count on for your car.
Check it out.
Citgo, when it counts.
Get ready for the Ray Bowl.
Barone lines up for the kick. It's into the wind.
It's a bit of a drizzle, too.
Barone's been battling a hangnail all season long.
All right. Are you ever off? It's good.
Catch the comedy of Everybody Loves Raymond, CBS Monday.
Welcome back to the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl, where the Aggies are leading UCLA 23-14. With me is Southwestern Bell Regional President Tom Morgan. Tom, you're a very active bowl sponsor, Southwestern Bell is. What does the Cotton Bowl mean for your company?
The Cotton Bowl means a lot to us. It's got a great 62-year-old tradition. We've been in Texas for 115 years. It's just a great alignment. They care about the same things we do. They care about education. They care about their community. They've given $110 million back to education since they've been here. 75 cents out of every dollar. So it's a great alignment. Plus, it does tremendous things for just for the community here and for the local economy. But we've had thousands of kids involved this year. It's a new opportunity for us, and it's been great. It's great for our employees. It's great for our share owners. It's great for this community.
Well, we know you have a Texas connection for sure, but you also have a California connection with UCLA.
We've got a great California connection. We probably have half of our employees out there with Pacific Bell, and I'm sure they're rooting for UCLA today, and they've got a lot to root for. They've got a great team. They've been great guests here along with the Aggies. We just had a great week with people from California.
Tom, thanks very much.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you.
All right. Gentlemen, a couple of long-distance calls from the Aggies today.
All right, Mike, here's Lewis inside his own 10. Got to see him at the 30-yard line. Stumbles ahead. Almost broke that one wide open. A return of 24. And the people here at the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic have just treated us in a special way this entire week.
Yeah, it started, we got here on Saturday. They had Jay Leno in town putting on a special show for both teams. Special occasions every night. And Gus, I feel the same way you do, that the people here treat everyone, players, press, fans, in a first-class fashion.
A&M still working on Brandon Stewart. UCLA with the ball. First down and 10 at their own 33. Skip Hicks trying to pop it outside, but nothing doing. That's Dat Nguyen, the junior from Rockport, Texas, wrapping him up from behind.
He uses his quickness and his agility to such advantage. He's not a big kid, but watch number 9 flash from the backside. The play goes front side. Here he comes right through there. He reads it. He beats the block. Hey, you don't have to be 250 to get off the block if you're quick enough to get through it. That's a great play by Dat Nguyen.
Second down and long. Cade McNown looking downfield. Throwing up between double coverage, almost intercepted.
Oh, catch the football.
Jason Webster couldn't hold on as Danny Farmer became a defensive player as he jarred the ball loose. Webster with 2 hands on it.
And Cade McNown looked a little confused there. Give Farmer credit for knocking the ball loose. Farmer's looking the whole way. Look at it. Jump ball. Get up and go get it. Jason Webster, who's only a sophomore, and you got a big play. Those are the kind of situations when you got an opportunity, you got to close the door. You can't let that slip through your hands.
Sophomore from Houston, Texas. McNown, 11 of 22, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Third down and 10. Underneath, incomplete. Ball intended for the freshman, Holly Dixon, and UCLA comes up empty.
Oh, he's frustrated, too. McNown's frustrated. A&M's doing a great job in the secondary, and the coverage by Curry was excellent on that play. Look at him. He's talking to his offensive coordinator, Alan Borges, saying they got to go this way, they got to come under. What are we doing?
Chris Saylor at the 19. Dante Hall back deep at his own 27. High spiraling kick, sending Hall back to the 15-yard line where he starts, and he is wrapped up at the 23. 7 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Aggies still in control.
First, we built a digital model of the new Dodge Intrepid. Then, to test it, a virtual world. We ran crash tests in a virtual safety lab. Tuned the suspension on a twisting virtual road. Refined the climate control in a virtual cabin. By the time we tested Intrepid in the real world, it was virtually perfect. The new Dodge Intrepid. We're changing everything. Again.
The problem with most home equity lenders is no equity means no loan. That's because they only let you borrow up to 80% of the value of your home. But at First Plus, you can borrow up to 125% of the value of your home. So even with no equity, you can still consolidate bills, make home improvements, or even get some extra cash. Just call 1-800-510-PLUS. You'll get an answer before you hang up. At First Plus, no equity is no problem. So call 1-800-510-PLUS.
Sitter's here. I prefer a child caregiver, Jimmy. I prefer Zoltron. Okay. So, Zoltron, I see you had a pizza delivered. Afraid not. Sure looks likely to me. You call Zoltron a liar? Look, Space Boy. Here on Earth, if it looks like delivery, chances are
it's DiGiorno, the self-rising crust pizza that bakes up fresh like pizzeria pizza. For fresh baked pizza at home,
cute.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
There is no race with more exciting history than this one.
Bobby Allison, Davey Allison inside, and here he comes up the inside.
Back it up on CBS.
Wow! Daniel's almost as good as it was the first time. I won the Daytona 500. I won the Daytona 500.
The Great American Race, the Daytona 500, is on CBS.
7:28 to go in the third. A&M on top of UCLA. In the 1970 Cotton Bowl, Notre Dame faced Texas. Longhorns running back Billy Davis scored a 1-yard touchdown with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining, giving Texas the lead and helping lead the top-ranked Longhorns to their second national championship as they beat the Fighting Irish 21-17. Joe Theismann, the quarterback of Notre Dame that year.
I don't know, Gus. I think some people in Pennsylvania would have a little beef with that because Penn State went undefeated those two years also, and President Nixon handed the national championship to the Longhorns.
Joe Paterno really wasn't happy about that. First down for Texas A&M, 23-14. They lead. 7:28 to go in the third quarter of play. And McCown dancing out of the pocket, tucks it, and is knocked out of bounds at the 20. Let's go downstairs to Mike Harris.
All right, Randy McCowan's playing so well right now for A&M that they aren't in any kind of hurry to get Brandon Stewart back in there. His ankle, his right ankle, heavily taped right now, and they're not sure if it's an ankle injury or an Achilles injury. So they're trying to cover for both. If it's the ankle, that's one thing, but if it's an Achilles injury, that's something else. So they're trying to guard against both things right now.
All right, Mike. 2nd down and 13, a loss of 3 on the last play for McCown. Cole in motion. They hand it to the second man through. Over the 23-yard line is Sir Parker. And the x-rays on Brandon Stewart turned out to be negative. And Juan McGee making the tackle on Parker.
Keep in mind that offensive coordinator Steve Marshall for Texas A&M was the offensive line coach at UCLA a year ago. If there's anybody in the country familiar with the frenetic defense that UCLA plays, it's that guy. Didn't look real happy right there, though, did he, Gus?
3rd down and 11. And this time the Aggies remaining conservative. They'll be well shy of the 1st down, and the punting unit comes back onto the field.
Well, we just got the word from down on the sidelines that the injury to Brandon Stewart is officially a strain of the Achilles tendon. And that's an injury where a strain you can come back from in a few weeks, but you don't want to snap that tendon. It's painful, and it's a long time consuming process.
Shane Leckler standing at the 12. Eric Scott at his own 29. High spiraling kick. This is a beauty. Scott at the 25. Hurdles one defender. Trying to break it outside and is swung out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 49-yard punt, 10-yard return, and the tackle on the play made by Toya Jones. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, it's Nebraska and Tennessee from the Orange Bowl on CBS Sports. And the AP Top 10, Michigan playing Washington State today in the Rose Bowl. Nebraska and Tennessee, number 2 against number 3, and number 5 playing right now. Florida leads Penn State in the Citrus Bowl, North Carolina, Washington State, and so on. UCLA taking over. 1st down and 10 from the 35. Delayed handoff, Skip Hicks. Plenty of room as he stumbles forward to the 40-yard line, and he gains 6 on the play. And Skip Hicks, his father, is a high school football coach and also was a pretty good tailback in his day, holds most of the rushing and scoring records at Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Watch Grebe in motion, make a little trap block right there on the unsuspecting defensive lineman. That opens it up wide open for Skip Hicks. And Gus, you're right, his father, his brother, all wore number 42.
Father Charles. Here's Hicks again, got a seam at the 50. And knocked out of bounds at the 40, but a flag on the play at the UCLA 40-yard line. Could be a holding call against the Bruins. Brandon Jennings made the tackle, and it is.
I think they're going to get left tackle Chris Ferris with a hold here, and Bob Toledo just can't believe it. That's the kind of day it's been.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
Frustrating day. Sloppy first half. They've played pretty well in the second half. They make a big play, and what happens? Your big 6'9", 300-pound tackle gets called for holding.
5 penalties, 47 yards for the Bruins. But UCLA really, they have the ability to score points in bunches and quickly. With this high-powered attack, McNown rolling across his body, complete at the 40-yard line. It's McElroy, and you can see the burst after the catch all the way up to midfield, and a 1st down, gain of 20.
That is the guy that can get the football in the end zone in a hurry. And this whole UCLA team averaging 41 points a game, as Gus just alluded to, they really score quickly. Look at that. When you talk about big plays, coaches talk about 20 yards or more. 68 of them in an 11-game season is almost unheard of. And look at these drives. The defense doesn't even get a chance to rest.
12 touchdown drives, under 30 seconds. First down from the 49. Hicks, and nowhere to go. Number 43, Warwick Holman, along with Jason Webster, combining on that left side, and both of those young men have played nice games today.
I've been really impressed with Holman's game. He's had a couple sacks. He's really hung in there tough against run. This Texas A&M defense, Gus, we talked about the beginning of the game. A&M wanted to go between the tackles because of their quickness. They felt like they could beat them up physically, but that hasn't happened.
You cannot say enough about Mike Hankowitz's preparation for this game on defense. Here's McNown down the field. He's got Farmer. A flag is on the play. The catch stands, but let's see the flag.
They're going to have interference call, I believe, on Jennings.
Brandon Jennings covering, but did Farmer push off?
I think Farmer made a heck of a catch.
And it's against A&M.
That's a heck of a catch. Farmer is 6'3", 210 pounds, and plays on UCLA's volleyball team. So you know he's got a little hip.
On the defense, 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
You know, because he plays volleyball, he's got a little hop. Check him out here. Vertical leap. That's, I don't know, it doesn't matter whether he came down in bounds or not because they call the penalty here. Good job by Jennings trying. Look at the catch there. That's just a great catch.
And Farmer, who dropped a couple in the first half, making up with a catch like that.
The left foot hit down, then the right foot came in. That's a great look at it right there. I thought the defensive back was just making a good play on the football. It didn't look like interference to me.
First down and 10 from the 37 for the Bruins. They trailed this entire game. Here comes the reverse pass. Farmer down the field.
They're going to call it
incomplete. There was contact on the play. No flags, however.
Farmer wants it badly.
And McElroy trying to muscle the ball away from Jason Webster and Brandon Jennings.
That's really a good job by the Texas A&M defensive backs, not biting on the reverse. Great job by Jennings coming underneath the football, turning and looking for it. There's some heavy contact there. I'll tell you what, if I'm the ref, I don't usually like to call interference, but if I'm the back judge, I'm probably throwing the flag there. A lot of contact before the ball got to him.
Second down and 10 from the 37. T formation. Now they show a wing T set in there. Hicks in motion. Empty backfield for McNown. Short drop. Got it away. Grebe. Great catch at the 25. A lot happening on that play. A gain of 12. Rich Cody with the tackle.
That win had some pretty good coverage there, but an excellently thrown ball. Good job of using the body by Mike Grebe. Get a good look at the 6'1", 218-pound McNown. Three-step drop. Look at the touch. The ball's actually tipped by Dat Win. Great concentration by the tight end Grebe, and you can see why offensive coordinator Alan Borges loves his tight ends.
Junior out of San Jose. Another first down from the 25. Hicks this time, and the hole closed up on him really quickly, but he got through, picked up a couple of yards. Dat Win once again with the tackle.
Another way they used their tight ends, though, that shows the athletic ability. Mike Grebe, who just caught the pass, they used him to come in motion and trap block and lead Hicks up into the hole.
And Dat Win, he's a junior, and some people say he may be too small for the NFL, but Mike Singletary, guys like him have proven.
Sam Mills. If you know what? If you're a player, you're a player. I don't want to hear how big you are.
Here's a counter. Reverse. McElroy trying to get around the corner. Does. Out of bounds. But Texas A&M smelled that play out pretty nicely.
Look who made the play, Gus.
Dat Win. He is a complete football player and is having a terrific game this afternoon.
Watch him here. He's going to flow two ways on this play. He sees it one, he moves to his left. Now he reads it before the ball's even handed off, has got the quickness, the hustle, and understands angles, and he makes the play.
If he does make the NFL, he will become the second Vietnamese player to play in the National Football League, Eugene Chung, formerly with Virginia Tech, now in the NFL, the first. 3rd down and 5. Option. McNown keeps it, spins, got the first down, still on his feet, smell in the end zone, touchdown. So Cade McNown makes it a 23-20 game.
We got a ball game. He did. On his cutback, he made 2 of their better tacklers miss him. Rich Cody, the strong safety, and Datwin, the linebacker, both had a chance to make the tackle for about a 3-yard gain. And to the credit of Cade McNown, he busted the tackles.
And the extra point is good. A lot of people compare Cade McNown to Steve Young as the rain begins to fall here at the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. But according to his coaches, McNown not as fast as Young, but stronger and able to break more tackles. You saw it on that play.
Yeah, this was a blitz off the corner by A&M. They brought Shun Horn, their nickelback, off the corner from the top of your screen. But watch McNown down the line option. He cuts in right here. 2 people miss tackles. Now he cuts it all the way back across the green. He's got good feet, and he's a great athlete. From the right side of your screen, down the line option. Cuts back. Cody misses the tackle. Datwin misses the tackle. Great block inside, and he cuts it back all the way. That's just an innate athletic ability.
The 62nd Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic from Dallas, Texas. I'm Gus Johnson along with Mike Mayock and Mike Harris. And the UCLA Bruins down at one time in the first half of play, 16-0, got a big touchdown. Cade McNown to Jim McElroy with 2 seconds remaining in the first half. That was the momentum builder they needed. And in the second half, you can see that the momentum is in their favor. They trail 23-21 right now.
But let's see how A&M responds now. The last time it looked like everything shifted towards UCLA. All of a sudden, they came back on the reverse, the fake option. Texas A&M made the big play with Chris Cole. Let's see how this young A&M team responds to this adversity.
The scoring drive, 8 plays, 65 yards, as they held it for 3 minutes and 8 seconds. And a short kick popped up. Takes a bounce, and it's picked up luckily by Texas A&M. Toya Jones, who is a backup safety on the kick return team, caught that ball and held on.
And that was a planned kick by UCLA there to pop it up like that and see if Eric Whitfield could get to the football before Toya Jones.
2:36 to go, 23-21. Brandon Stewart on the sidelines, the starting quarterback for Texas A&M. He's got a strained Achilles tendon in his right leg. His backup, Randy McCown, a sophomore from Jacksonville, Texas, has been in there replacing him, has not made any mistakes so far. To the far side, it's complete. Cole lost it, got it back, and somehow hung on as he's tackled out of bounds.
Wow. I like the call, though. They split their tight end wide. They faked belly and threw back to the big play guy, Chris Cole. Cole's lucky he gets the Sunday hop here. Check it out. Good catch. Tries to break the tackle of Marcus Anderson. There's the football up in the air. Recovers it before Brendan Badejo. I apologize. You know, Gus, I practiced that thing all week, and I blew it the first time I used it.
That's all right. Brendan, a junior from Santa Cruz. 2nd down and 4. Here's Dante Hall, and he is wrapped up by Marcus Anderson, a freshman from Long Beach. Dante Hall close to the first down. It looks like he got it. And the game summary, 23-21 our score. Texas A&M with 9 defensive points, all in the first half of play. But look at the total yardage now. UCLA starting to have their numbers go up, 256 to 232. 5 sacks by A&M, 3 by UCLA.
How about A&M running for 183 yards, though? That's a great effort by that offensive line of A&M.
First down from the 29 for the Aggies. Inside handoff, Tiki Hardeman, and touchdown Tiki. Up to the 34, gain of 5. Weldon Ford with the tackle. Brandon Stewart, who's only a junior, still trying to run off that strained Achilles tendon on his right leg, and those Achilles injuries are really, really tough injuries to bounce back from, and he's their starter for next year, and I can understand their caution.
Yeah, I think it's Randy McCowan's game unless they get behind and they need a big boost, some kind of emotional lift from the starting quarterback.
2nd down and 5. Here comes the blitz. Dante Hall trying to find a hole at the line of scrimmage, but nowhere to go. Brian Wilmer, the senior from Fullerton, California, who's already completed his education, his undergraduate degree, and is getting his master's in education with the tackle. And we talked to him yesterday, Mike, and he said that he'd like to go into administration, possibly becoming a principal.
I like
so we kind of nicknamed him the principal.
I think he liked it, too.
He did.
Kind of looked like Schwarzenegger in that movie.
And 3rd down and 5, and a crazy is jogged onto the field.
Some jerk came onto the field wearing nothing but a pair of gym shorts, and we got rid of him quickly, so I think that's what the call is. Now there's an interesting guy right there. Rocky Long was a quarterback at University of New Mexico in 1971, now one of the best known defensive coordinators in college football. This is his last day as a Bruin. After today, he flies to Albuquerque to take the head coaching job at his alma mater. But Gus, they have so much respect for this guy that they're going to keep his defense next year when they hire the new defensive coordinator to come in, Rick Alioto from the St. Louis Rams.
Third down and 5 for Texas A&M from their own 34. Play action. McCown underneath, and Hardiman just couldn't hang on. He had a first down. The ball underthrown. It would have been a tough catch. And Texas A&M turns it over. UCLA will get it back.
This is a tough play to make, but you got to make it. McCown's got to make a better throw. That's a great effort right there by Hardiman. McCown has got to make a better throw than that. He had time to get rid of the football, and gosh, you saw where he fell. It would have been a first down.
Shane Leckler at the 20-yard line. Eric Scott standing deep at his own 17. High short kick. Scott comes up. Let it go. Ball touch. Picked up. And it looks like it's recovered by A&M. A flag is on the play. Cedric Curry on special teams. And let's see how it unfolds. UCLA indicating that they will retain possession. So an illegal block called against the Bruins.
But the bigger issue is possession. R.C. Slocum saying, let's get that clock started. Here comes the kick. Scott at the last minute. There's the obvious penalty, but it hits number 12 right there.
Live
Jason
ball.
Bell. That's a live football. It certainly looks to me like Curry comes up with it.
Curry got it.
I mean, come on. That's unless he. Let's see what they say.
Illegal block in the back on the receivers. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
A curious call.
Now, the call's correct, but where's the possession? Okay. Number 12, you'll see him from the left side. That's obviously a push in the back. Now the ball's going to land, hit him in the leg. We've got a free football at this point right now. Now look at Curry. Cedric Curry is going to dive in right there. He's the first one of the football. Unless Jason Bell wrestled it from him, that should be A&M's ball. Yeah, that's a loose ball.
First down and 10 from the 10-yard line for UCLA. And earlier in the quarter, UCLA with a call that went against them. And in terms of these penalties, they usually even out as the game goes on. And you saw one right there.
Tell that to the coach who it went against, though. Now, we can't say that for sure because the ball could have been taken back by Jason Bell in the pile there.
And one of the special teams coaches, Sean Slocum, who is the son of R.C. Slocum, the head coach at Texas A&M. And rumor has it that he could be leaving to go to USC next season, along with Paul Hackett, the new head coach at Southern California. So that's the end of the third quarter of play as the Texas A&M Aggies lead the Bruins from UCLA 23-21. We'll return to the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic right after this message and a word from your local station.
Are we ready to say goodbye to 1997? Are you ready, New York City? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
(1998), the year of Godzilla.
Dodge Ram gives you the most powerful overall line of pickup engines on the planet, including 2 even more powerful V8s, the most powerful diesel, and the only V10. You'll be glad to know we also worked on this, making it easy to answer the oft-asked question, wow, what have you got under there? Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
Happy New Year from all of us at CBS.
In a region thousands of miles from home, sometimes you need to travel light. So if you find yourself in a strange land in search of the essentials for survival, remember to bring along your thirst for adventure and the one bank card that works like a check. The region's Visa check card. You get credit card convenience with no interest charges, no monthly payments. Now that's refreshing. The region's Visa check card. There's no region our strength can't reach.
Hello, Alabama, and welcome to the Nissan year-end cross-country sales event. Imagine yourself in a 98 Nissan Altima GXE with automatic transmission and air that you can lease for only $229 a month for 39 months and $999 initial payment includes security deposit. Or a new Nissan Frontier 4x2 King Cab priced at $1,629 less than Toyota Tacoma 4x2 XC. Or check out our great deals on lots of new 97 Nissans that all must go. But hurry while the Nissan event is still on the road because it all ends January 5th.
Fate brought them together.
You have a job. You interested? Yeah.
Destiny will make them heroes.
Cut them loose.
The legend rides again.
Saving souls has its hazards.
The Magnificent Seven, 2-hour series premiere, CBS Saturday.
Hi, I'm Tisha Rutledge, and this is Angela Martin of Slaughter Hanson Advertising. The clock is running, 35 days and counting.
It's about time.
Happy Kwanzaa from CBS 42.
Controversial play at the end of the third quarter on the punt return. Jason Bell, the ball hits him in the leg. That's free. It's a loose ball. It looks like Cedric Curry gets it, but watch him fight underneath. Bell, number 12, still fighting for the football, and apparently he took it away from Curry, hence the possession stayed with UCLA.
So the Bruins take over. Second down. McNown faking the pitch, rolling, buying time, turns it upfield and is tackled from behind by Brad Crowley.
Number 18, the quarterback,
But McNown close to the first down. Once again, coming up tomorrow night, the Federal Express Orange Bowl on CBS Sports. 8 o'clock kickoff time. Amon Green, Peyton Manning.
Let's not forget our buddy, Gus, Jamal Lewis, a tailback. He's an exciting freshman, and I think he's the guy that really has gotten Tennessee over the hump this year. You always knew you had Peyton Manning, but he's the guy that got in behind that offensive line and made a huge difference.
And also an unsung quarterback, Scott Frost from Nebraska, has had a terrific season.
I agree.
Throwing for 1,000 yards, also rushing for 1,000 yards. The first player in the history of Nebraska football to do that.
Yeah, he's got a bum rap. He might not be Tommy Frazier, but man, is he good.
Third down and short, the option. McNown turns it up and picks up the first down.
Option has become a big play for UCLA all of a sudden. They run option for touchdown, and then in a key third down situation, they come back and make it on 3rd and 4. Cade McNown's a good enough athlete to run down the line option, but watch number 9, that win. He's going to flash and try and steal the football right there. He's on the football trying to strip it. Cade McNown holds on to it.
McNown looking for Hicks. Great catch, Hicks, and he's wrapped up at the 41. Went up high to catch the football. That's the same play he scored a 40-yard touchdown on, and this time he gained 19. But this play coming all the way back holding against the Bruins.
We talked about how much they like to use Hicks out of the backfield, and out of I formation they fake it to him, drawing the defense the other way, and then the long throwback to the athletic Hicks.
Holding on the offense. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
7th penalty of the game in the last 4 possessions for the Bruins, and they've been very successful, only punting 1 time and coming up with 3 touchdowns.
However, the penalties continue. Another hold for UCLA, and I guarantee you Bob Toledo's not happy with the lack of sharpness from his offensive unit.
First down and 25 yards to go for UCLA. McNown in trouble again. And it's not a safety. They spot it at about the 1-yard line, but Cade McNown has to get rid of the football.
Sometimes when you're a real good athlete, you believe you can do all kinds of things and get out of things. Watch number 94, Rollins. He flushes them right there. That wind's going to beat him up right there. It's clearly on the 1-yard line. That's a good call. The ball was out of the end zone, but you can't afford to take a chance and get caught back in the end zone again.
He's already taken 1 safety in the first half. 6th sack of the game for the Wrecking Crew. 2nd down and 32 for UCLA from their own 1. Here's Hicks in the backfield. Hicks barely got out of the end zone. And right now, Texas A&M, the defense, they smell blood, and they're pinning their ears back and going right after the Bruins.
Point of attack, they're really tough. 94 Rollins, Holdman 43. Look at him do a great job off the tight end, fly to the football. Hicks does a heck of a job just to get out of the end zone.
And Rollins, the senior from Houston, Texas, also coming up with a terrific game. This entire Texas A&M team, their defense has kept them in this game. They're winning a football game for them.
Yeah, they're an undersized defensive line that just hustles and flies to the football.
3rd down and 32. Ball inside the 1. McNown underneath. It's caught. Polly Dixon, the freshman, and he'll give UCLA room over the 25 up to the 26. A gain of 26 yards.
I give Cade McNown real credit. He's had a tough game. He's been hit all over the place. He stayed in, threw the football under some pressure, and a good job by the freshman, Polly Dixon, running a post cut. Jennings, number 30, you got to make the tackle here. If you're the free safety, you can't overrun that play. You got to make the sure tackle if you're in the middle of the field.
So Saylor at his 12-yard line. Low spiraling line drive kick. Dante Hall back, picks it up at the 27. Got a great block. What a block by number 27 for Texas A&M, Jeff Wilson, as he just tattooed a UCLA Bruin.
I've been watching him on special teams all day. He killed Damian Allen. He knocked Damian Allen into about the 5th row. Watch what happens. 27. There's number 20, Damian Allen. Watch 27 just laying in the weeds. Bang. That's called an ear hole. When you get him in the ear hole, you got a big hit, and that's exactly what he did.
Shades of Quentin Coriat doing that years ago for A&M.
You might find them in a small-town schoolhouse or in a modern classroom in a great city. You cannot distinguish them by gender or by race or by age, yet they are all bound together by one remarkable talent. They breathe life into learning. State Farm is proud to support America's most innovative teachers through our Good Neighbor Award. Thanks to these teachers, students are seeing learning in a whole new light.
Why did the frog cross the road?
He didn't. We've rebuilt one of the greatest video game heroes of all time, and now he's back. Frogger on CD-ROM. The classic arcade game is back and better than ever with more graphics, more worlds, more enemies, more superpowers, and it's more addictive than ever. The hardest part is turning it off. Frogger on CD-ROM for PC and PlayStation game console. Revived, rebuilt, and ready to hop.
Hey, buddy. You okay?
I take the position as being a role model very seriously, and I look forward to it every day. It's a challenge, and I like that challenge, and I accept it.
When we choose to be an athlete, we choose to be a good role model. I think the two go hand in hand.
And with the accolade, and with the respect, and with the honor, and with the prestige that comes with being an athlete, there's also responsibility. I think that it's a fair exchange.
There can be only one Olympic champion. Michelle Kwan, a brilliant combination of elegance and sophistication beyond her years. After a tumultuous fall from prominence, she's refocused. While tiny phenom Tara Lipinski has emerged. At 14, she has become the youngest world champion in the history of the sport. What will be needed for victory? A night of perfection. The Olympic Winter Games return to CBS. Share a moment with the world.
Take a look at how violent special teams can be. Jeff Wilson coming up and crushing Damian Allen on special teams there. And he may, I tell you, looks like a gunslinger.
I played with a guy in the Giants named Pete Shaw, who's a safety about 5'7", 190, and he used to tell us he just aimed for ear holes. And when he could get his little body into an ear hole, he'd kill you. And that's exactly what happened right there.
A&M first down and 10 from their own 32. The handoff, so Parker got a block, bounced it outside, cut it back in, and is up close to the 40-yard line. 8-yard gain, which will make it 2nd down and 2. Click on the CBS Sports Line, where you'll find a wrap-up of today's game and news on all the College Bowl action. Get the latest scores, stats, highlights, exclusive columns, and the latest breaking news in sports. Plus, check out the most in-depth Olympic site on the web. Get in on the action at cbs.sportsline.com.
I just started surfing the net in the last few months, Gus. I kind of like that place. You get just about everything you want on the sports line.
2nd down and short for the Aggies. On the 40, Leroy Hodge in motion. The pitch to Sir Parker, got a block. Could not get through the hole, though, quick enough as Sean Williams, the All-America safety from Lakeview Terrace, California, senior, comes up, makes the tackle. They compare this kid to Kenny Easley, James Washington, Eric Turner, all those great safeties that have come out of UCLA.
Gus, he's got a shot at being a pretty high first-round pick, which is unusual for a safety. He's going to play in the Senior Bowl, and if he has a good showing there and does well at the Combine, he's a surefire first-round pick.
3rd down and 1. Straight ahead.
I don't know.
And it'll be iffy.
I don't think he got it. The mark here is critical. They've got to get beyond the 42-yard line, and I don't think he gets there. They've got to get beyond the 42. So there it is. It's just past the 41.
So 4th down. R.C. Slocum, who's been gambling this entire game with another decision, he calls timeout. So what do you do here, Mike Mayock?
I'm punting it away. I'm trusting the wrecking crew.
We'll see right after this.
Gentlemen, I'm going to read you your rights. You have the right to be strong, to be healthy, to shine, the right to make your own choices. And when it comes to your hair, you have the right to choose Pantene Pro V. The Pro Vitamin formula gets in there, penetrating root to tip, improving it all. It helps keep your hair healthy, shiny, strong. Pantene Pro V, for hair so healthy, it shines. It's the right stuff.
January 2nd, 1949. Of course, there was the Doker, the little All-American who gave a brilliant all-around performance. His ball handling and maneuvering of the team was the Doak Walker pattern, and that's the best. And the Cotton Bowl Queen was one of the most comely brunettes of Texas, or anywhere. Of course, you can guess whose girlfriend she is. Doak Walker's. The boy is really living. Morris Frank, Houston Post.
What'll they write next? We can't wait to find out.
Tonight's topic, Free Friday. Yeah. Sir, you played a critical role in the creation of the new Burger King fries that are being given away this Friday?
That's right, Bill. Free Friday.
Amazing. Now this.
The crispy new Burger King fries beat McDonald's fries in a nationwide taste test. Stop in Friday, January 2nd for a free small order.
Welcome back. Why give them away?
It's giving something back. I started from the ground up.
Literally.
CBS Sports presentation of the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic is sponsored by your friends at Southwestern Bell. The new Dodge, it's about change. And by Burger King and the new Burger King fries. They're hot, crispy, and delicious.
9 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of play. Texas A&M leading UCLA 23-21, getting ready to punt. On fourth down and about 6 inches. Leckler. Spiraling kick. Sending Eric Scott back to the 13. Straight ahead. Looking for daylight. Ran into one of his own teammates. And squirms his way ahead to the 29-yard line. Just a number of great moments in Cotton Bowl history, like in 1979, Notre Dame against Houston. With 2 seconds left in the game, Notre Dame quarterback Joe Montana throws an 8-yard touchdown pass to Chris Haynes in the corner of the end zone to tie the game and lead the Fighting Irish on to a win. Notre Dame beat them 35-34 as the comeback legend of Joe Montana began.
And he had hypothermia in the third quarter, went in the locker room, a little chicken soup, and came out and led a great comeback.
On the 29, the pitch, Skip Hicks with a blocker in front of him. And he is dragged out of bounds. Sean Horn, the junior from Jasper, Texas, 5'11", 180. Makes the hit.
Sean Horn is a tough kid. He's played a good game so far today. Trent Driver, the inside linebacker, made a great hustle play inside out there. And guys, the tradition of the wrecking crew looks real good today.
Skip Hicks, 22 carries, 67 yards. That A&M defense has been in his face the entire afternoon. Wichita, Texas native coming back home. Second down and 5 from the 34. Here's a screen. Nice catch. Polly Dixon, the freshman. And he jitterbugs his way close to a first down. It'll be about a half-yard short of it. Philip Myers, senior from Galveston, with the tackle. But they really like Brian Polly Dixon. Came into this game with 8 catches, but his coaches compare him to J.J. Stokes, who makes his living right now with Steve Young and company in the 49ers.
Let's make sure they compare him physically. He's not there yet as a football player, but Bob Toledo told us that at 6'5", 197 pounds, he's a great-looking athlete, and he's got all the ability in the world. Just has to get to that level like J.J.
And speaking of young recruits, it looks like UCLA has a chance to just have a really good recruiting class as they pick up the first down.
Yeah, if you read USA Today newspaper yesterday, they listed their top 25 players in the country by position. 13 of them were undecided. 3 were listed at going to UCLA. No other school had more than 1. And let's face it, Gus, Bob Toledo said he had 21 verbal commitments out of a possible 25 already. That's almost unheard of.
First down from the 39 for the Bruins, trailing 23-21. With 8:38 to go in the fourth quarter. McNown audibly. 4 on the play clock. Got it away. Skip Hicks straight ahead. Lowers the boom and gets over the 40, close to the 44-yard line. Rich Cody, the junior, walk-on strong safety with the tackle.
Yeah, I like Rich Cody. Did a nice job there, stepping up in the hole, stopping Hicks, one-on-one tackle for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. He's a guy that came in at about 180-pound, walk-on, didn't have a chance, and now he's 205. Tough kid, had 93 tackles this year, second on the club.
Father played in the National Football League. Graduated from Memphis. Second down and 5 from the 44. Play action again. McNown going downtown. He's got a wide open receiver. Wow. And what a play! Brandon Jennings somehow coming all the way across the field to break up that pass.
And 2 points. Number one, it was a poorly thrown football. If he lays it out there further, it's a touchdown. Watch the hitch. Shunhorn jumps on the hitch. He's beat. Now watch Jennings. He just accelerates to the football, makes a great play. He doesn't even look back. Look at the play he makes. He's going to make the hit simultaneously with the ball arriving. That is a big-time football play by Brandon Jennings. And he did exactly what his head coach tells him, R.C. Slocum. If you're beat, you get to the player. Don't even look at the football.
Third down and 5 for UCLA. McNown. It's caught. First down. McElroy with the catch, stepping out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Gained 11. And McElroy starting to turn it on in the second half.
Good job. They brought 3 receivers in a tight bunch at the snap of the football, and then they bring McElroy back underneath. You can see him working across the field. Good job by McNown, waiting for him to come open, dropping it to him, and it's a first down.
McElroy 5 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown. UCLA keeps their drive alive, down by 2. 7:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Skip Hicks. And Skip Hicks down the sideline. Great play by the UCLA offensive line. That was the biggest hole of the game, one of the biggest holes of the game for Hicks as he picked up 16.
Got a good block from his wide receiver that springs him on the crackback block from the right side of the screen. Hicks he does a great job gliding, waiting for the hole to come over, and now he accelerates. I'm really impressed by his patience.
Gain 16 on the play. First down for UCLA. At the A&M 29. Hicks the other way this time. Breaks a tackle on his feet. Skip Hicks at the 10. Stumbles down to the 5. What an individual effort and a great showing of balance for the senior tailback from Wichita, Texas. 24-yard gain.
And they've got a little bubble offensively with 3 tight ends, Grebe, Pierce, and Ryan Neufeld. And there's 40 Neufeld. They have 3 tight ends. He gets right in behind them. That's a pure power set. Breaks a tackle. Good job by Jennings to bring him down and prevent a touchdown.
25 carries, 111 yards for Hicks.
And look, they got the big offensive lines, got it going. Cody misses the tackle. Hicks does the rest.
UCLA knocking on the door. Down by 2. The reverse. Neufeld, the backup tight end. Touchdown. From Morgan Hill, California, scores, and for the first time today, UCLA has taken the lead.
A little confusion, players late getting out onto the field.
So UCLA on top, 27-23. They trailed 16-0. But that touchdown with 2 seconds to go at the end of the first half of play turned out to be the difference.
And look, they're going to go for 2.
A&M showing blitz. McNown, quarterback draw. Got it.
Great call. Puts him up 6 and a touchdown. Touchdown was classic. They fake the run front side and hand it back to their number 41, their tight end. They're going to fake it to the left right there. Now watch 40 come the other way. He was the tight end in the slot, Neufeld. Big fella's not used to carrying the football on a run, but it's a touchdown. He had 4 catches this year, but there's the handoff. Everybody reacts the other way. Neufeld just dances into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the season.
It is a test, not just of strength, but of the power of the mind. And if you complete the journey, you will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Healthcare isn't just about doctors and patients. It's about the tools that doctors and patients need.
Before he or she can begin to help her or him or them, they gotta have this, and this, and this, and this.
At Siemens, we make the tools that diagnose, that monitor, that treat, that help doctors help people all over the world.
So for this, or this.
We're Siemens.
We can do that.
Honey, I'm having the baby.
You can't have it now.
Can you come home?
No. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
It took weeks for news to reach its destination. Today, neither time nor distance can keep us from sharing our lives.
Breathe, honey. Hey, you get another contraction?
The music is counting.
5, 6, 7.
Philips introduces ISIS, the cellular phone that can let you talk up to 6 long hours.
I love you, honey. Honey?
ISIS from Philips.
UCLA takes the lead 29-23 behind the running of Skip Hicks, 111 yards on 25 carries. In the game summary, Mike, what do you see that jumps out at you?
Rushing yards obviously dominated by Texas A&M with 202 yards. Look at that win. We've talked about him all day. He's had a huge day, as has had that fella right there, Skip Hicks.
Coming back to Texas, Skip Hicks, coming out of high school, nobody wanted him here. Texas A&M, all passed, and he had to go to California. His star has continued to rise today as well. Sir Parker, at the 20, broke a tackle. Sir Parker still on his feet and is finally dragged down at the 31-yard line, a 27-yard return for Sir Parker. And this quarter, the total offense, UCLA completely dominating, Mike.
Yeah, I think they've scored on 4 of their last 5 possessions, and that graphic obviously reinforces it. Fellas on the UCLA bench having a little more fun than they were in the first half, huh?
UCLA, they've scored touchdowns on 4 of their last 6 possessions. A lot of time remaining, though. 6:52. A&M for the first time, though, playing from behind.
They come.
And McCown got it off, and he throws it almost intercepted. Jason Nevedomski had the ball in his hands, but I think he was surprised more than anybody else in the stadium that the ball was between the 4 and the 1.
Yeah, Ian Badejo did a great job coming on the blitz. You'll see number 50 flash from the left side right there. Now, you can't throw the football right now. You can't throw the football. Take the sack. Don't ever throw it away like that, because if you do, the ball game's over. Nevedomski's got to catch the football. Steve Marshall, hey, what's up with that? You know, you're a more experienced quarterback than that. You cannot throw the football up for grabs in this kind of situation. Now is when you think about Brandon Stewart and whether or not he can go.
4th sack of the game for UCLA. 2nd down and 17.
Backside.
McCown breaking contain. And he's pushed forward by the Bruins over the 30-yard line up to the 33. Larry Atkins, the safety, putting the lick on it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good job by McCown there. Got away from the blitz. It was coming both front and backside. Stayed on his feet and picked up 6 or 7 yards just to get him back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 10.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this one, baby. What's up, Mom? What's going on? Love y'all, baby.
Jermaine Lewis, they call him Squat because he's about 5'6", 180.
From the 32-yard line, getting all of his shout-outs in. To Mom and everybody at home. Here's McCown setting up for the sideline. Nice catch out of bounds, but short of the first down. And they say he juggled it.
RC's on his knees saying,
Chris Cole.
RC was on his knees showing him where it was. There's the ball delivered. I can't see it. From there, the ball pops loose, but from this angle, we ought to get a better look here. Cole extends, does a good job right there. It looks to me like he's got it the whole way until the end when it's stripped out. Regardless, he would have been 2 to 3 yards short, and that's a sophomore mistake. You got to get further past the marker before you work your way back for the football. You've got to be able to catch the ball and get the first down.
Shane Leckler, 9th punt of the game. Wobbly kick. Scott at the 21. And Scott gets up to the 30 before being driven backwards. So the UCLA offense coming back onto the field. They've scored touchdowns on 4 of their last 6 possessions and lead it right now.
Everybody has imagined the home of their dreams. But at State Farm, we dream about a house that looks great from the inside. One strong enough to survive a hurricane or other natural disaster. That's why we helped found the Institute for Business and Home Safety, a research and education group determined to strengthen building materials and building codes. Because at State Farm, we think the most beautiful kind of home will always be the one that's still standing.
The problem with most home equity lenders is no equity means no loan. That's because they only let you borrow up to 80% of the value of your home. But at First Plus, you can borrow up to 125% of the value of your home. So even with no equity, you can still consolidate bills, make home improvements, or even get some extra cash. Just call 1-800-510-PLUS. You'll get an answer before you hang up. First Plus, no equity is no problem. So call 1-800-510-PLUS.
Now that Monday Night Football is over, men everywhere are being reunited with their families. Doug Bremen meets your lovely wife.
I have a baby? Mom, Dad, you're still alive. Rex, you're not a puppy anymore.
And even better, they're being reunited with TV's best Monday night comedy lineup. Tell them, Johnny.
How do you feel about Cosby? Everybody loves Raymond, George, and Leo and the all-new Style and Substance. It's good.
Welcome home.
5:22 to go, 29-23, UCLA. Saturday, January 3rd, the legend rides again. The Magnificent Seven, the greatest Western of all time, is now a series. Don't miss the exciting 2-hour premiere right here on CBS. And the Texas A&M defense, who's led the charge the entire game. Really, they need a big stop right now. Time working against the Aggies.
Well, they need a magnificent 11 right here. They need to make a play.
First down and 10 from UCLA from their own 30. Here's the corner blitz. They get it to Hicks, breaks it back. Hicks at the 40, trying to get outside, and is over the midfield line inside A&M territory. A 22-yard pickup by the All-America.
Gus, you called that just right. Strong safety Cody came on the blitz. He got buried by the fullback, and that opened it wide open for the tailback, Skip Hicks. Right side of the screen, get the block, and here's the cutback right there. Good job by Hicks. He's going to take it back again.
Skip Hicks, 133 yards rushing on 26 carries. First down and 10 from the Aggie 49 for UCLA. Jermaine Lewis, the scat back, and he breaks the tackle, refuses to go down, and picks up about 5, so squat as they call it. Tackled by Brandon Jennings, all 5'7", 180 pounds.
Well, he's listed at 5'7". Alan Borges, the offensive coordinator, started laughing when we said he was 5'7". He said he's barely 5'5", but a great change of pace for the UCLA offense because of his quick burst.
Picked up 6 yards, 2nd down and 4. Danny Farmer wide to the far side, double tight ends for UCLA. The pitch to Hicks, following his blocks, and he stumbles ahead to the 40-yard line. He needs to get to the 39 for a 1st down.
I think Alan Borges has found something he's finally hanging his hat on, and they're using 3 tight ends to the wide side of the field and then going toss sweep to skip Hicks. They've been doing it since late in the 2nd quarter, and it's worked out tremendously well.
And you have to compliment the UCLA coaching staff. Coaching is about being able to make adjustments, and that's what they did at halftime, and it's really been in their favor since.
I agree, Gus. They've done a great job, especially when the emotion goes against you like it did early in this game.
3rd down and 1 for the Bruins. Skip Hicks, the deep back, they give it to him. And it looks like a 1st down. Dat Nguyen coming up to plug the hole up.
We've got to get to the 39-yard line, so once again the mark is critical. And I don't think they gave it to him. Yeah, they've got about a half a yard, Gus.
17 tackles for Dat Nguyen, 12 solos, which is a Cotton Bowl record. So 4th down and 6 inches.
Now, everything in my body tells me they're going to do quarterback sneak or run a power play, but wouldn't you love to see play action? Throw the football, try and put the game away right here.
And they need to get to that hash mark in the front of the football for a 1st down. Bob Toledo, 2 years as the offensive coordinator at UCLA under Terry Donahue before taking over, and he told the story about after he was fired, prior to his dismissal, he got a call the same day, another school interested in him taking a job.
3:14.
Just
They're putting 14 seconds back on.
Still 4th and inches. Huge play for Slocum and Toledo.
Coach Terry Donahue giving him another chance at UCLA, and it's funny how things turn out sometimes. 2 years later, he's a head coach. 5-6 last year, and now his team on a 9-game winning streak. 4th and inches, straight ahead. Wow. I don't know.
Remember, he's got to get to the 39-yard line. It's marked right at the midpoint of the 39-yard line, so the mark is critical. If the nose doesn't get there, UCLA will be stopped. Just all it is wedge blocking up front. McMahon goes straight ahead. Look at Dat Nguyen come over the top. That's a great job by Driver, and from the right side, Dat Nguyen and Driver, 28 and 9. Here comes the chains now. This is the mark of the ball game right here. This is it. Wow.
He got it.
Inches.
By the nose of the football. 2:50 to go.
Wow. That was huge. Can't raise the roof yet, fellas. Texas A&M's going to have to take some chances now. 8-man fronts, try and strip the football.
Aggies still with 2 timeouts left. Clock running, 2:34 to go. 1st down from the 39 for UCLA. The pitch to Skip Hicks. And Dat Nguyen, what a terrific football player this young man is. Dat Nguyen, another tackle, 19, 14 solos, Cotton Bowl record. He's only about 5'9", but he is the embodiment of what a college football player is about. Tonight on CBS, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, first it's the Orange Bowl parade, followed by Diagnosis Murder. Then it's 48 hours at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's all coming up tonight here on CBS. Second down and 14 for the Bruins. 1:49, 39 to go rather. Skip Hicks straight ahead again. And he picks up a bunch close to the 30. Brandon Jennings with the tackle. But more importantly, the clock continues to run, and you have to wonder when A&M is going to call timeout, and they finally do.
Yep.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, it's the Federal Express Orange Bowl. Nebraska and Tennessee, the number 2 and 3 teams in the country, and depending on what happens tonight at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, Michigan and Washington State, this could be the matchup of the national championship if Michigan loses. And there is a possibility Ryan Leaf and that Washington State team, really a good football team, only one loss on the season. And for UCLA, their last 2 touchdowns.
Cade McNown option, cuts it back, makes 2 people miss on the tackle, cuts all the way across the green, shows why he's a big-time player after a bad first half. And look at the reverse. Fake front side, handed off to their tight end, Ryan Neufeld. Been too much to handle here in the second half when they finally started to play good, clean football.
Texas A&M only 1 timeout remaining, 1:23 to go. Third down and 4. Here's Hicks again, looking for the first down, and he won't get it, and
he's inbounds.
He's inbounds. He was almost tackled out of bounds.
Look at RC. First RC wanted him out of bounds. Now RC's grabbing him and calling timeout. It's an emotional football game.
No more timeouts for R.C. Slocum and the Aggies. And Dat Nguyen, who's really left everything on the field this afternoon.
Boy, you know, Gus, watching him on tape, I thought he was a great football player. After today, I think he's even better.
And Dat Nguyen, as we told you, his mother pregnant with him in 1975 in Vietnam. They fled the country before the communists took over Saigon. Landed in the United States in Arkansas as refugees, then moved to Texas, Rockport, Texas, and his parents, not speaking any English when they moved to the United States, forged a career for themselves in the shrimping industry in Rockport. They own a Vietnamese Chinese restaurant, and their son is just a terrific football player and just a terrific young man. UCLA punts it away, and the ball goes into the end zone. So with 1:05 remaining, no timeouts.
All comes down to a last drive.
A&M still with life, trailing 29-23.
Quarterback is still McCown. And here's the situation. You've got 80 yards, no timeouts, 1:05. You've got to get the football vertically down the field and call 2 and 3 plays in the huddle. Got to make use of the out of bounds when you can, but eventually you're going to have to hit a deep dig or in route over the middle to eat up a gob of yardage.
80 yards standing in the way for Randy McCown, the backup quarterback from Jacksonville, Texas. Fumbles the ball, picked up And that's not the way you want to start the drive.
We got to hustle now, A&M. You got to get back to the ball and snap it. Let's go.
Clock still running. 52 and counting. McCown calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Out of the shotgun. Here comes the rush, and he goes down.
Okay, once again, I hate to be repetitive. 36-35, you got to hustle back. The receivers are still 30 yards down the field. Get back to the line of scrimmage and get going.
No timeouts for Texas A&M. A loss of 9 on that play. 21 seconds to go. McCown looking deep. On the sideline, intercepted. Larry Atkins, 6th interception of the season. And the UCLA Bruins are heading for win number 10. And only twice in this school's history have they won 10 straight games, 1946, 1954, and add this season as well.
Darren Klein got a good hit on the quarterback, and a great job by Larry Atkins playing a 2-deep zone, covering his half of the field, coming over the top, making the easy interception. But gosh, you got to be impressed with the way A&M played football today.
A courageous effort by the Aggies, and Bob Toledo, the first smile we've seen from him this entire afternoon. Cade McNown, the final snap of the football game, and that is it. UCLA pulls off the second largest comeback in Cotton Bowl history, coming back from 16 points to beat Texas A&M 29-23. They finished the season 10-2. And Bob Toledo, the post-game shower.
They got a twofer there. They got Borges, the offensive coordinator, also.
Redemption for him, as he said before this game. Let's go downstairs to Mike Harris.
What do you want? All right, Coach, you got your Gatorade bath, but at halftime it didn't look like you were going to get any such things. What turned things around?
Well, I tell you, what I told you at halftime is we've got a lot of confidence in our ability. We've got a lot of pride. We don't panic. We got a mature football team, and we have the ability to make big plays, and that's what we did the second half.
Well, you're closing, you said you want to close the book on the situation surrounding your dismissal from A&M. It looks like you closed it.
Well, I did. I said we wanted to close the book. This is the last chapter of the book. It's over with.
It's done. How about Skip Hicks' performance?
He had an outstanding performance, and of course, Cade McNown had an outstanding performance, and our defense did a great job hanging in at the end, too.
All right, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
The final score from the 62nd Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. The UCLA Bruins have come back to beat the Aggies 29-23. Coming up later, Jim Nance.
Oh, free beer. I gotta warn you, boys, those seats are taken. By us. Okay, I warned you.
Excuse me, those are our beers.
Excuse us. We should have known these were yours.
You being that rugged outdoor type and all.
Shit, couldn't you see him hiking through the Rockies, climbing snow-capped peaks like some great American hero?
Who do you think you are, John Wayne?
No, that would be me.
Yeah, right. I'm Ben Cartwright.
No, he's over there.
Anything we can do for you?
We was just about to buy a cold one for the Duke.
Well, don't make a point of saying that too often, and once more will be too often.
Coors Light for the house!
Like this little fracas is about over.
The madness is coming.
Wittenberg! Oh, that's a long ways! They won it! To Leitner. Puts it up. Yes! Milestone victory for Arizona. Simon Says championship.
March Madness, only on CBS.
Welcome to our FedEx Orange Bowl anchor position here in Miami. Tomorrow night, the preparations and the talking end, and the game begins. The third-ranked Tennessee Volunteers take on the second-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers here in the FedEx Orange Bowl. It's no accident the Cornhuskers lead the nation in rushing. Quarterback Scott Frost had 1,000 yards himself, and Ibach Ahman Green's 156 yards a game was second best in the land. Fullback Joel Makovicka had 9 touchdowns on the ground. He stays busy making holes, while Jason Peter and the rest of the Nebraska Black Shirts defense close them. Volunteers quarterback Peyton Manning is sure to see red, and plenty of it, tomorrow night.
So you're playing against their defense and their offense a little bit. Defensive line is extremely strong. Wistrom and Peter, All-Americans, first-round draft choices, so you're in for a battle there. Great speed at linebacker, good athletes in the secondary, and just have to have the whole package.
But the Volunteers' bag is full. The Manning aerial attack is legendary, and while there may be some fluid on his knee, there's still plenty of fire in his arm.
He's, definitely probably the key to their whole offense. And if he's, if he's hot, if he's on fire, then it's usually a long day for the other team.
Lou, if you're Tennessee, how do you prepare for Nebraska and that offense?
Well, those coaches can get in there on the blackboard and say, we're going to do this, and you take this option, you take this fullback. But when you get out on the practice field, it's different. They don't have a quarterback who's run the option that can emulate Frost. They do not have the timing, and consequently, the speed and the efficiency of Nebraska's offense goes shock them early in the game, but they'll adjust to it.
Yeah, and that Nebraska offensive line, those linemen, whenever those OT counters, getting around the corner, big guards and tackles running as quick as they do, big adjustment. But if you really look at this ball game, all I've ever heard is Nebraska's offensive and defensive line. I've been talking a whole lot about how good they were. If you have any pride at Tennessee, the offensive and defensive lines, those 2 units at Tennessee, the quiet guys out there, guarantee you they're frothing at the mouth, getting ready for this ball game.
Let's talk one more time about what you expect we'll see by game's end. Lou had a funny feeling last night about Tennessee. Has it carried over to the new year?
I still have that funny feeling. There's something strange about this entire football season and about this game. I would not be shocked to see Tennessee win.
I would be. Your funny feelings don't go my way, my friend. I'm thinking Nebraska wins the ball game.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Coming up, we'll return to the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. Stay with us on CBS.
Not just of strength, but of the power of the mind. And if you complete the journey, you will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Healthcare isn't just about doctors and patients. It's about the tools that doctors and patients need.
Before he or she can begin to help her or him or them, they gotta have this, and this, and this, and this.
At Siemens, we make the tools that diagnose, that monitor, that treat, that help doctors help people all over the world.
So for this, or this.
We're Siemens.
We can do that.
The final score from the 62nd Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic. UCLA comes back from 16 down to defeat Texas A&M 29-23. And for the trophy presentation, let's go downstairs to Mike Harris.
All right, thanks very much, Gus. One heck of a football game. UCLA came out on top. Here to present the Field Scoville Trophy for the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl is the chairman of the Cotton Bowl Association, W. Mike Baggett.
Bob, on behalf of Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl, congratulations to UCLA Bruins on this great victory. Great game, Coach Toledo.
Thank you, Mike. Well, I want to thank Southwestern Bell. You gave us a great week, and hopefully we gave you a great game back. I'm really proud of our football team, and I'm proud of the Bruin fans that are in the stands that came all the way from Los Angeles. Yeah! I'm also very happy for Skip Hicks. He's a Texan. He came home, and he did a nice job today against an outstanding Aggie team. And, of course, Caden McNown, what more could I say? He did an outstanding job, and our defense really did a great job of keeping the Aggies from scoring that second half like that.
That's what college football is all about. We couldn't ask for any more, Coach.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. Gus, Mike, back up to you.
All right, Michael, so the final score as Texas A&M falls 29-23 to UCLA, and the adjustments that the UCLA coaching staff made at halftime. They had 31 yards rushing in the first half, 123 in the second half. That was the difference.
Well, eventually they got back to their power game. They went 3 tight ends, 1 side, toss sweep to Skip Hicks, their great tailback. I just thought, let's give some credit where credit is due. Texas A&M hung in, played a great game. Hey, how about UCLA? The courage of champions hung in there, played a great game in the second half.
And Dat Nguyen, a Cotton Bowl record in tackles. Dat had 20 tackles, 15 solos. He is a terrific football player.
We talked about him all during the week. He's one of my most favorite players to watch on tape, and he showed us why today. He truly has the courage of a champion.
So for Mike Mayock, this is Gus Johnson saying so long from the Southwestern Bell Cotton Bowl Classic, where UCLA has defeated A&M 29-23. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports.
CBS, the network of the 1998 Olympic Winter Games.
There is no race with more exciting history than this one.
Bobby Allison, Davey Allison, his son, and here he comes up the inside. Thank you very much, CBS. Wow, man, you're so much as good as it was the first time. I won the Daytona 500. I won the Daytona 500.
The Great American Race, the Daytona 500, is on CBS.
Happy New Year from all of us at CBS.
This is Dr. Will Mosier with another holiday health note. During the holiday season, we frequently reflect back on our lives, family, and friends. The winter skies, which are gray, and the early dark afternoons all combine to give us winter blues. Things such as liberal use of fluorescent lighting and the popular over-the-counter herb St. John's wort have both been proven to be helpful in lifting our psyche. Obviously, if things turn to the darker side, please seek the help of your physician.
To be honest, I wasn't exactly the valedictorian of Mrs. Moxley's second grade class, so I was a bit surprised when she invited me back for career day.
Hi, kids. My name's Tyler, and I work for Bell South.
Do you drive the truck?
Pardon?
The truck that lifts the men up in the air.
No. Oh, no. I don't drive the truck. What I do is I try and help people get the telecommunication services they need by, say, hooking them up to the internet. Yes.
Do you know the guy that drives the truck?
Yeah. Well, there isn't just one guy, actually, but the truck is fun. But has anybody ever been involved in a video conference? Because those are neat. You get there's people talking back and forth. You know what? I drive the truck. Cool. Yes, I do. You know, I take you for a ride in the thing, but... Sorry.
Have a safe and happy New Year from CBS 42.
By now, you've probably heard about Medicare Complete, the health care plan for people on Medicare. It's the one that provides more benefits than Medicare alone for no additional monthly plan premiums. Listen to some of the letters we've recently received.
Of course, zero premium was a great surprise. I feel confident that I will never need to consider another plan.
I'd recommend Medicare Complete to everybody for the simple reason that they don't know the advantages they're missing.
You can't beat the service. The doctors are great. The hospitals are great. I'm very satisfied.
If you currently use Medicare alone, Medicare Complete gives you extra coverage with absolutely no additional premiums. Let us send you this free booklet that explains how Medicare Complete works. There's no obligation, so call the number on your screen now. Medicare Complete from United Healthcare, the health coverage you've earned from a company you can trust.
Clearance. Bolton Furniture is having a huge clearance sale. Every item in every store marked down to the lowest price of the year. Save up to 70% on floor samples, returns, discontinued items. Clearance. It's Bolton Furniture's annual year-end clearance. You really will save money.
Finish the look of your kitchen with furnishings, plus a hearty homemade vegetarian chili on Better Homes and Gardens.
Tomorrow at noon on CBS 42.
Next time on Martha Stewart Living, when I really want to impress my family and my friends with a beautiful fall dessert, I make an upside-down tarte tatin. On the next Martha Stewart Living.
Beautiful women, large and in charge.
Show off what you have. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Get ready to look hot in the latest plus-size designs for women. Don't miss the next Gayle King Show.
Tomorrow on CBS 42.
Do you believe in miracles? Meet Julianne, and you will. She needs someone to give her the gift of life.
It was determined that she needs a 5-organ transplant.
And her time is running out.
Do you have any sense of how much time she can wait?
No time at all. Watch as the impossible becomes possible.
We had just the perfect situation.